And coming in live from Perriman in Maryland of USA. And we are here with the 4th edition of NA Contender over here in Division number 2. We are going to be doing the round of 4, otherwise known as the semifinals, before jumping into the finals. I'm, of course, the host, Yaku of Yakuzaku, and with me today I have La Capitana de los All Blacks putting la pelota en su espalda, himself, like underscore VIP. How are we doing, Light?
What's up, Yaku? I have a question.
Yes.
Are you closer than you are normally to your mic?
Where are my goddamn Windows settings? Hold up.
Cause
See, Windows likes to do this a lot, and it's a little annoying. Yeah, my microphone boost is like way up.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. F's in the chat for everyone listening.
Is that better?
Oh god, yeah, it is.
Oh, doggy.
That's actually a lot better. Thank you. Yeah. Oh god, my ears. Okay, it's fine. Oh my god. But we are back. We are here. I'm not joined by Yoda Slim. This time I am joined by Yaku of Whoa. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm joined by Yaku of the Zaku and mates. I don't know if you remember this, but I think 2 seasons in a row we've had a Canadian champion, right?
We did, as a matter of fact, and it's looking pretty likely today as well, as just looking at the one Canadian player who I honestly rank pretty high. It is Picur, who we are somewhat familiar with on this channel. You know, he does play a lot in events such as NA Apprentice Cup, Battle of the Americas. Definitely never a favorite in those tournaments, but, you know, still puts on a pretty good show.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really looking forward to see how he does, to see if he can rep Canada and, you know, keep that momentum strong, keep that, you know, rep the country since they've won 2 seasons in a row, right? Like, does he want to be the one to let Canada down, you know? Like
the Canada breaker?
Yeah. What? wouldn't that be the person who beats him?
I'm thinking of like actually, yeah, because I was thinking like combo breaker, but that also makes sense for like the person who breaks him and not him himself.
Oh god,
that'd be a cool nickname.
The Canada breaker?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
It's like because Canada has a lot of like ice, right? So if you break that Canada, you must be really strong.
Oh, actually, wow. And Slayer's in the chat as well. He was actually playing in the lower round of 4. So yeah. Speaking of which, you know what? Since we have the luxury of having a player here, can you confirm something for us? Because I'm pretty sure Sugar's asleep right now. In fact, he is. Slayer, we, as these are going to be casted by replays, we do not have the lower semifinals. Was the lower semifinals a forfeit? Question mark.
Yeah, that is something we do need to get to the bottom of.
Yeah.
As otherwise we won't. We do want to actually put down the result correctly. We don't want to, you know, actually put down incorrect information.
Yeah.
We could figure out who made it to the finals, but
it wasn't.
We would like to know how they went there. It wasn't a walkover. Okay.
Oh, interesting. Okay, because yeah, we only have 1 set of replays.
For the semifinals, yeah.
Okay, cool. You know what? Hold on. Because we were going to cast the upper semis. Yep, that's exactly what I was going to say. We're going to cast the upper semifinals anyways. So, Slayer, if you would be so kind as to send us the replays on Discord, that'd be great.
And it would. But, you know, if you want to go to bed, that's also all well and good. Yeah,
it's like, yeah. I mean, we can make do. It's fine.
Really is.
Oh my god. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. And unfortunately, you know, there's a lack of Zerg here right now. It's just Terran and Protoss.
That there is. Looking at you, Ninnick.
Right, like he was our only chance. He was the only one, and he forfeited. Like he didn't even play out his series. Oh my god.
He knew that Canada needed to make it.
Mm-hmm. Ah, god.
That's what it was.
Yep. He gave it up just for that. He knew the legacy that was riding on picur. Ugh.
Yeah, definitely didn't want to get that into the way. So, yeah, why don't we jump into these replays real quick then?
Yeah. Let's get into it.
A bit of time.
We are going to be starting with Kirby versus picur.
I just love new patches breaking the old replays, don't you? Like,
oh yeah, it's great.
Making everybody to go offline.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's lovely. And
hold on, did my green crash? No, it didn't. It was just going offline.
Yeah. Just let me know. As,
right.
I've already loaded into the first game. I'm just chilling.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That's why the scene switcher was fried.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, we I suppose while we have the time as we're loading in here, exclamation mark Matcherino in the chat, you will be able to contribute 50 cents to the prize pool using the code 2020contender4. Oh, it's going down, like I can't pause.
You can pause on starts. It's okay.
I pause.
It's okay.
I pause.
It's okay. It's okay, Yaku. It's okay.
I pause.
Calm down.
I pause. Yeah, I pause. I'm at 0.
Okay, cool. But yeah, as a reminder, exclamation mark Matcherino for that Matcherino page for the coupon code as well. Give some love to Sugar. He's the one who runs all these events. And mate, count us in when you're ready.
All right. Wait, where did you load in?
Bottom left.
Okay, just to know that we're on the same page there. All right, shall we go in 3, 2, 1? We are going to be spawning in onto Ice and Chrome. Hashtag where's the Chrome? It is in bottles of Dare Iced Coffee. Deliciously sweet and energetic Dare Iced Coffee. Right now I have the heated up version, which I put into a mug. But that is by the by. Here in the bottom left-hand corner map, swatting all the way in the bottom left-hand corner map, the Teal Terran player coming out from the land of America. He is going to be representing Team Gosu B. That's not Gosu Born, right? That's just Team Gosu B team.
Team Gosu, yeah.
Yeah, Team Gosu B. We have Kirby.
You're gonna get sued, Yaku. You can't. I don't think we're allowed to do that.
Man.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ice and Chrome Ellie, as I find out that a couple of my hotkeys are no longer working. We have... That's honestly what it is. We have the Canadian Protoss player, the Purple Protoss, representing Archangel Gaming. It is picur.
Alrighty then, terrific.
Yeah.
Now I gotta have to give a little bit of a confession to you, Light.
Go for it.
The only series I was able to catch of the round of 8 was, I believe, Drumhead versus Slayer.
Yeah, well, I mean, picur, if you recall, he got a walkover anyway, so...
Oh, well, he did, yeah.
You know what? We're on the same page. It's fine.
All right. And Kirby, I vaguely remember Yoda Slim mentioning something about there being a mech player. I don't remember if that was Kirby or not. In fact, it could have been a completely different tournament.
You know what? It could have been something else completely different. It's very possible. But you know what, Yaku? We're in here together. We're gonna find out together.
All right, it's gonna be really interesting to really just sort of discover this together. You know, we'll get our magnifying glasses together, right? Pin it all onto the bulletin board.
You'll be the Watson to my Sherlock question mark?
Yeah, as long as I get to be the robot one.
The what?
The robot one.
The what?
The robot one, because there are like,
Uh-huh.
it's because there are like a bunch of different Watsons, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. What?
Yeah,
Look,
the robot one.
look, I haven't watched any of the new Sherlock shows. I don't
Oh,
know if
I
that's a
haven't
thing.
either. I'm going by that one animated series from like 2001.
Uh-huh. God damn it. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens here. So far it's been pretty standard. Like so far Kirby is going for that 1-1-1 into the Widowmine drop, and honestly I've been spoiled by Coffee, you know. For some context, Coffee, he's a crazy Chinese player who does the most insane all-ins. It's great.
He's the one who made the Chinese build.
Is he actually?
Yeah, with quadruple Reaper, quadruple Hellion.
Oh, really? That's cool. Yeah. So he's like an innovator, except also a very stubborn innovator.
Yeah. He very much so is. I do believe that. I mean, he invented it, but it did take other players to really refine it, which, to be fair, is very common when it comes to StarCraft 2.
Mm-hmm.
You never really find the person who invents a build to be the one who popularizes it. It's always somebody else who thinks, that's pretty cool. What if I have my own take on it or refine it? And then it becomes popular. So that's with Adepts is, I think, the most common one nowadays. Back in the day, I can think of like Parting with Soul Train. You know, he didn't invent that build, but definitely popularized it.
Yeah, definitely. And sometimes it's a little bit like sad because it's like, oh, there's someone who did invent it, but they don't like they don't get known for it because, you know, they aren't anywhere near as known. Yeah, I remember Special was actually talking about that, about how he would look at like at tournament games from like NA or Latin America or Europe, like of weekly tournaments, and then he would find a build and then he'd refine it himself. You know, like he'd find someone doing something and he's like, oh, you know, there's something there, and then he refines it.
And then he brings it to Korea, and then everybody's like, "Oh my God, Special! He made a new build."
I feel like what he's talking about is the proxy ghost thing that he kind of got known for.
My job's coming in, and the Stalkers are moving away. But the Stalkers are starting to move back in. Very quick reaction coming out from picur, and Kirby did drop the entire load onto the mineral line. Oh, actually, he's being a little more conservative with this one mine. He's hoping to try to catch a probe off guard, but yeah, picur, he is on top of that.
Yeah, he lost. I mean, to be fair, he did lose 4 workers, but that isn't really the biggest of deals. Like, he defended it fairly well, and now he's got stalkers, and he's trying to hunt down the medevac. Wait, is he?
He's trying to do a lot more than hunt down the medevac, my buddy.
Yeah.
Nice blink on that, and that is gonna be the start. Now, looking back at Kirby's base over the main as well as the natural, he is pretty well set up. He's got a couple of bunkers up. In fact, he's not skimping one bit at the bunkers, which is pretty important to have. You know, if you don't really trust your reactions, then you may as well put out more bunkers instead of relying on the repair, right?
I would say the one thing I'm concerned about is there's only one tank here. There's like it's in a good position, but there's
only one tank.
Yeah, there's only one, so I mean it can be abused.
Good micro. Yeah, there's some pretty nice micro with the Stalkers coming up from picur, and I mean that was a lot of repairs, but not going to be enough. Auto turret not really doing too much. Kirby trying to go for the Warp Prism, targeting it down, and does take it out. But at what cost? 15 SCVs already have gone down. 18 now. And that's just not that many Marines, honestly, to really provide a buffer for this tank.
Yeah. I mean, the bunkers, they all got focused down. 18 SCVs, and now the natural could potentially go down as well. Unless, you know, there are some repairs. But again, it looks like the Marines are trying to fight with these Stalkers, but the Blink Whacker, it's on point.
It is very much so on point. Nice little bit of start stepping here and there, but yeah, just not adequate enough. Or I guess not adequate. Adequate enough, I think, is redundant.
Yeah, the etiquette.
Or is it? Wait, is it? Yeah, it's just it's you know, it's just a decade, you know?
Yeah.
It's a decade.
Mm-hmm.
You can have 2 decades, or you can have a decade.
Yeah, it's just not enough, is what it is, basically.
Exactly. Sometimes you need more than a decade.
Yeah, but not here, though. I think.
Yeah, you definitely need at least 2 decades here.
At least two.
When it comes to the micro.
Look, I'll be honest. lost track of what the hell you're on about, mate. But the point is that picur, he's pretty well situated. You know, he's ahead in workers. He's, you know, chipping away even more, trying to snipe off. He does get a win wide. He's blinking again against this bio, and he's just fighting outside of tank range.
Absolutely, and this I think is the mark of a really good Blink Stalker player, is when you're able to just instill this fear in your Terran opponent whilst they're doing other things. picur, he's getting a third base. He's trying to get into his Colossus tech. So really, this is far from an all-in. I do really like the concussive shells at the bunker from Kirby. It just about shuts down the Stalkers, or if the Stalkers try to come in through natural.
Yeah. And I mean, he's holding strong for now. Like, he's only behind by, you know, 10 or so workers, but at the same time, picur, he does have a third base done and being saturated. So yeah, the worker count doesn't really tell like how far behind he really is.
Exactly. You wanna, it doesn't matter what the worker count is, you want to be able to, you know, use it as well. But then again, Kirby is down on both. He does have mules though, which cannot be measured. That should be a blink into the main. And there it is. picur being a little bit conservative here. Just going for an add-on here and there. And then blinks away.
Yeah, he just blinks on out, and he was able to snipe off a couple of units again. Like, he's just being more and more efficient with his Blink Stalkers. At the same time, slowly but surely, Kirby, like, he's actually, you know, getting up there in terms of supply. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to say he's really getting back into this. Like, he's getting a third CC, which is nice, but again, I feel like it's going to take a little bit more than that.
Yeah, it definitely will.
Yeah, meanwhile, you know, Kirby, he's pushing out, you know, he's forcing all the Stalkers back out. Meanwhile, there is a War Prism that's like waiting to dive into the main base, you know, waiting for that opportune moment. It's still just waiting, you know, but at some point it will probably dive in. And as all this was happening, like Zealot legs finished up, so, you know, charge lots, they can wreak havoc.
They absolutely can, especially from multi-prong with a War Prism like that. It's kind of an interesting dichotomy that we're seeing nowadays, I think, Light, is that, you know, Terran players, they still want to drop, but Protoss players, they've learned how to do that as well in PvT.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. You can even argue maybe a couple of Zerg players have as well. Looking at you, Vivid. But
Vivid. Looking at you, Dongregu, who watches a lot of Vivid.
Exactly. Mate, most certainly. Most certainly.
Most certainly.
Without question.
Absolutely. Look, man, how many players go drop lords? It's Vivid, and everybody who tries to imitate Vivid. Alright, good placement on the tank there, but not going to be quite enough. Really love the target firing coming up from picur here, and meanwhile there is that warping going on in the main base of Kirby. And what do we say, like, wreaking havoc here?
Yeah.
This main base is just about forfeit. Kirby's going to have to lift, or GG, there we go. picur going to be taking game number 1 of this best of 5 semifinals.
Yeah, we were talking about it, right? Like, he was very much so all in. Like, he had to make it happen then and there, and the Zealots even made it more so all in. If there was, I mean, I'm sure he was trying to macro out of it because he did have a third CC on the way, but yeah, he just did not have anything for those Zealots.
Absolutely, and to be fair, it was in a rough position right from the start there. I think, I don't know what it is, but Blink Stalkers, they're just scary. I feel this myself. It's just, can be hard to tell, you know, when should I commit more to defense, when should I, you know, push out here, should I try to apply a bit of counter pressure here and there, how do I bait my opponent in?
Yeah, definitely. As we are, you know, trying to get set up and ready for game number 2.
I just love it how when you go offline when watching an old replay, you know, it just completely, you have to log in once again, and, you know, obviously if you have a Southeast Asia region account, then you have to pick which account you're going to go into. It's great.
Oh, it's beautiful, mate. You know, the replay system.
What a great company. It's really good how this indie company was able to, you know, get this much done.
Yeah, I mean, that's the most important thing, right? Like, they're an indie. We can't expect too much from them, you know. There's just the technology is just not there.
Definitely ain't. But Speaking of technology, we are about going to be loading into our game number 2, or at least I am, but don't worry, Light, I will pause and wait. This is where you just tell me, and I was like, oh no, I was already in.
Oh no, I was already in. Just let me know.
Am I paused? Okay, good, I'm paused. Yep. We are gonna be, I'll count us in over in 3, 2, 1. Go. Here we are now on the Eternal Empire Ile. We're in the top right-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the top right-hand corner map. We have the Teal Terran player coming down all the way from the land of America. Taking a bit of a risk in that game number 1. Or I guess not really so much of a risk, but well, I mean, the push out in the end was a little bit of a risk, but honestly, what can you really expect from it? You know, he was down in workers. He had to get some weird damage down. This opponent was going up to 4 bases. Well, it was on 2. How's he going to equalize? He's going to do the damage. He's going to do that damage. But how will he do the damage this time? Going to be representing Team Gosu B. We have Kirby.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Eternal Empire LE, we have the Canadian Protoss player representing Team Archangel Gaming. It is Picur.
Apparently the alternative pronunciation is Picur.
Picur, yeah.
Picurish?
But Picur sounds cooler because it sounds kind of like cure.
Picure. Sounds like liquor.
It does. You can add an accent to it.
Picure.
Meanwhile, we do see that Kirby, he's doing something a little bit cheeky. We got a proxy to the south of the map.
That we do. That we really do. Taking a page out of Kirby's book. That doesn't really apply. I was gonna be like, oh, he ate something.
He's looking to eat Picur and take his hat? Question mark? Yeah.
Exactly. What is he a picker for? Strawberries.
Now, I'll be honest. I've never played a Kirby game.
Just wants to eat. That's like the only good franchise Nintendo has.
I've played him in Super Smash Brothers. That's about it, mate. That's all I know.
Okay. Also, only good is a bit of a stretch, but it's easily the best.
Meanwhile, I love what Picur has done with the gas steel on the main base. Obviously this guy knows what he's doing.
Absolutely, this delays so much here. I mean, just in a normally it would delay the Terran player a little bit, and if Kirby was going standard, then yeah, it would be a little bit. It would take a little while before he's going to be able to go for his push, but no harm done. In this case, what is Kirby going for? He's going for Marauders. He's going for Stim. He absolutely needs gas more than anything.
Yeah, the thing that's worrying is that the Protoss player, he has not scouted the bottom right-hand side of the map. Like, he hasn't scouted anything abnormal at the moment. He's now finally sending his first Adept across the map, which, I mean, it's crucial that he's able to get into the main or, you know, snip something out and... Oh.
Yeah, that or at least notice that there's a natural base, but this Adept is fighting this Marine. It really wants to get it. And Pika, no vision onto that natural base.
Oh.
This should be the tip-off.
It should, but so far he's like...
season 3 surfing.
He does... Yeah, and honestly, like, the 2 Marauders, that's a tell in and of itself, right? And he does confirm that there is no natural, so he's aware of, you know, the fast Marauders, the researching upgrade. There should be alarm bells ringing, and there we go. Immediately throws down some shield batteries.
Absolutely what you need right now. Gonna be getting Blink on top of this as well, and that is basically the only way to micro against Concussive Shell Marauders, isn't it? To be fair, Kirby, no Concussive Shells yet.
Oh god, look, the boys are coming, they're on the way!
All of the boys have been pulled here, and this barracks are continuing to rally across the map. The shield batteries are here, but that's a lot of DPS, or potential DPS coming out from Kirby right now.
Yeah, the problem is that because even for the Twilight Council, he doesn't have a lot of gateways. He has right now he has 1 gateway for warp-ins. Like, he barely has any units whatsoever, and he just can't produce at the moment.
I don't know how he holds this light. I really don't think he can.
He needs to pull his own boys, I feel. He needs to do something. Oh, decent force field. Oh, no, but it doesn't block anything.
No, it really doesn't. Shield batteries are really trying to help a lot, but battery overcharge also being pulled. But honestly, Kirby just going around. He takes out the gateway units, and now he's just free to hold the S key or press the S key on these barracks units. GG. Kirby gonna be tying up that series sideways 1-1.
GG.
GG.
Kirby.
And we had to relog in for a 4-minute game.
we did.
Great. Thanks, Blizzard.
It's beautiful. And you know what, Kirby, I can see he's a little bit of a connoisseur of the Chinese scene, because he played very, very coffee-esque there, and I do approve.
That I definitely do. Time may be the boy, but you know what? Coffee, he's the man.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're the same age.
It's like Coffee's actually younger. It's like, oh my god.
But he's crazier.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm gonna load into game 3 real quick. Of this best of 5 semifinals PvP.
Oh. Okay.
Who's gonna take it? Is Picur gonna be continuing the legacy of Canada? Or is Kirby gonna be the Canada breaker?
That is the question, as I'm also loading in. I think I may be a little bit behind, so we'll see.
You can pause while it's counting down, right? Yep, you can.
You can?
Yeah.
Blow my mind right now.
Yeah. What is up, Kerwin? Get that mayonnaise out of here.
All right, let us know. Let us know when you're good. Count us in, Yaku.
All right, going to you in 3, 2, 1, go. Here we are now on Submarine LE, as we do all live in the LE Submarine. The LE Submarine. In the top left-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in the top left-hand corner of the map, we have the Teal Terran player coming out from the land of America. He is gonna be playing for Team Gosu B. He is a player who will eat his opponents and assimilate them. Why aren't they playing Zerg? Honestly, I feel like it's more of a Zerg thing than a Terran thing. Although Terran, how does the lore work? Aren't ghosts did they splice the DNA of a human and a Protoss to create ghosts?
Something along those lines, yeah.
That lore? Yeah, I think that's kind of like Kirby. He is Kirby.
And
I want you to know that just on instinct, I zoom in and press the fanfare key.
Nice. We're in sync. And spawning in at the bottom right, and also right next to Kirby's main base, we have the Canadian Protoss player representing Archangel Gaming. He is Picur.
Both our boys being very cheeky this game. That is a double gas coming out from Kirby.
Yeah, that is. That's quite a lot of gas. I feel like if Picur had snuck in there earlier and taken that gone for the gas deal, would have been an amazing play.
Oh no, because he's actually mining from it. I was gonna say, do you think that maybe he just got the gas so he doesn't have to worry about the gas steal? But no, not in this case. He is gonna be using that gas, but for what is the question? Factory so far.
Yeah, we do have the factory on the way. Meanwhile, the first Marine is out. I don't know if that's too much of a tell, the fact that there's no Reaper, question mark.
Well, he knows that he's saving gas for something.
Yeah. And, I mean, to be fair, it's quite possible that Picur doesn't even care what his opponent's doing because of the proxy. Exactly.
This is a Spider-Man meme, if there was one.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm surprised that he's doing this on Submarine. Oh, for one, I'm surprised Submarine made it through the vetoes. That it's even in here, but it is the best of 5, so I guess it makes some sense. And that he's going for a proxy on a map where, it's quite small and you don't necessarily need to. But, he's opting to go very aggressive here in game number 3.
Listen, sometimes the picker is going to have to pick what they do.
Sometimes they pick and choose.
Exactly.
And, you know, he's here. There's a single Marine to push away these Zealots, and it looks like they're not going to be able to do too much just because of the amount of Marines that are coming out and because of how long it's going to take to push on through the supply depot. Regardless, though, actually, we got a couple of Stalkers on the way as well.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be helping these Marine Stalkers do outrange them quite a bit. Decent pullback coming out from Kirby. But I'm worried that he's not repairing that supply depot as quick as he can. Really nice micro coming up here. Only losing 1 Marine, 2 Marines so far. Really nice pullbacks.
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah, I just think that maybe he might want to invest into a bunker or in a bunker.
Yeah, it's being
or maybe quite... not. Now that he's got a tank.
Yeah, he was being, you know, very confident in his abilities to not throw down the bunker. And now that he's a tank, he has a Liberator on the way as well. He should be fine. And there we go. Both of the Zealots go down. Oh god. Run away.
They be running. And with that, this proxy has just about been completely shut down from picur. Not going to be the worst end of the world for him, though. He does have his natural base up and running, and you know, so long as that gateway doesn't get scouted, you can continue to use it to warp in. But yeah, right now my eyes are on Kirby. Liberator's on the way, and he's unsieged a tank. Is he doing what I think he's going to do? I would go for the straight up Marine tank Liberator push.
Here we
go. Couple boys being pulled.
Yeah, even pulling a couple of boys for
bunkers, right?
Yeah, for them repairs or them bunkers. And yeah, like that's what I'm a little bit worried about. Like, was picur a little bit too greedy? Like, he was expanding, focusing on his tech. Like, a Robo's on the way, Twilight Council was thrown down, Blink is on the way, and because of that, once again, he's not gonna have too much production. He has to be fair, this time he has 2 gateways at home, so maybe he'll have enough to hold.
Yeah, well, he's got 2 gateways at home and a 3rd on the map. Oh, and just pathing.
Oh god,
this is really unfortunate right now, but the tanks are beefy enough right now that they can continue on forward. Only losing a couple of Marines, Kirby is. But honestly, when you're going for a build that's that dependent, or that's that precise, you really need as many Marines as you can pump out.
Oh yeah,
Stalkers are now in position. And techs provide a lot of DPS, but the battery overcharge is the real MVP right now. Not going to be any repairs on that tank. The SCV is just way too busy on the bunkers right now. And the probes actually going to be holding that as well. I think this is a hold. Yeah.
And honestly, a lot of it came down to what you said, right? Like, if he had like 4 more Marines, then he would have been able to, you know, protect the tanks a little bit better from those probes, fight off against those Stalkers, and yeah, things wouldn't have.
The shield battery maybe as well.
Yeah. And with that, I mean, the Liberators are finally here. You know, there's one at the front and there's one that tried to sneak into the natural. Like, it did get a couple probe kills, so, you know, it did manage to do that. But again, like, the push, I'm sure, was meant to try and break picur, but so far he has
this is going to be his last stand, Light, as I look at that line of blue marching across the map.
Oh, God.
And yeah, how is Kirby gonna play this out is gonna be my question. SCVs in such a narrow choke point like that.
Oh god, the lib!
Okay. They really need to get their that was close. They really need to get their surrounds going in, and the handout at Blink is done. I don't see it working out too well for him. He did use the SCVs for repair though still, but yeah, he mostly wants to use it as a buffer. Another battery overcharge being popped off here.
Yeah, and already earlier one of the libs was taken out, so we'll see what he's being able to do. The Blink Stalker Macro is decent. He's trying to jump on top of the tank.
And he does jump up top of the first one, and that was the money tank. That was what was applying pressure onto picur. So this should be a little bit more manageable for him. He still has to worry about these Marines and these SCVs, and not to mention another tank in the back line. So this is actually starting to look a little dicey right now for picur.
Oh yeah, he's starting to finally push on through, depowers the shield battery, so it's just these Blink Stalkers. One of the Blink Stalkers does go down to the SCVs actually, so there's only 4 left. But again,
the SCV count has been thinned out.
It has.
I think important to take note of right now is that picur, he's kept this base alive. He flanks in with the Blink, takes out the tank.
Wow.
But is he too far deep? That's really nice starter stepping coming up from these Marines, and even unsieged, your tank does a decent amount of damage.
Yeah, and something that I was waiting for, but just hasn't happened. The robo that was made just hasn't produced anything at all, even though picur does have like the resources for it. So it's just been a handful of Blink Stalkers here and there for the defense. So I mean, Kirby with these
libs right now.
Yeah.
Picur's not spending his money, which is really starting to worry me. He's not warping in anything right now. Just about. He's really focused right now on his StarCraft, and you can't really blame him, can you? You know, he knows that if he micros this perfectly, he holds, but he doesn't have to micro it perfectly. GG is called, and Kirby, picur, going to be taking game number 3. Going to be on match point here on the specify.
Yeah, GG, and we'll see if picur can close it out, or yeah.
I'm looking at Darking in chat right now. It's like, what? Shield battery overcame the tank? Why even live?
I love Darking. He's tearing to the bone. You know, he's like he
may play Zerg, but he is tearing to the bone.
There was a series that we casted. I believe we casted Terran yesterday, and Darking was like, if Terran loses this, I'm switching to Protoss. He's like, what is even happening?
The reason this build has been dead since 2016. I thought that reason was Bjorn. And the reason is Bjorn.
Yes, we are.
Is that copyrighted? I think it's copyrighted.
I think you sung it poorly enough that it's fine.
That's a loophole.
Oh, God. All right, we are going to be getting into game number 4, and it's going to be on Everdream.
Nice little map here. You know, nowadays I'm starting to think that, you know, Everdream might be my new favorite.
Oh?
I know what it is. Because I've just been doing a little bit of retrospective here, and you know, this is the last month of the current season in it, and Everdream is really a contender to be booted out. And yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of people are just gonna miss this map, myself included. It started off as a very, you know, short rush distance cheesy map, but you've had a lot of macro games on it.
Yeah, I was about to say that I'm gonna miss it more than Eternal Empire. Like, I'm fine with getting rid of.
Absolutely, yep.
I'm fine with getting rid of.
I'm sick of Clout Kingdom, but a desert. Get rid of it.
Get it out of here. All right.
Nobody wants you no more.
Just count us in when you're ready.
All right, gonna be going live in 3, 2, 1, go. Alrighty then, we are now going to be on Everdream LE, ideally Edle, where in the bottom left-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the bottom left-hand corner map, we have the Teal Terran player coming down from the land of America. His opponent is now on match point, so he's really got to start putting the suction on that Kirby. I was trying to tie it together there. I don't think that worked out too well. Gonna be playing for Team Gosu B. We have Kirby.
He's got to work on his diaphragm to suck his opponent. Question, where's Claire?
Yeah, he knows how to do diaphragms.
Spawning in the top right-hand corner of Everdream LE, we have the purple Protoss player representing Archangel Gaming. It is picur.
Now that I think about it, Kirby can also like inflate himself and float, kind of like an Overlord. So yeah, we have a Terran player, not a Zerg player here, called Kirby.
This is true. You've made a lot of comparisons with Zerg and Kirby, and I mean,
here's where we find out he named himself not after Kirby. The actual name is Kirby. His parents named him after the video game, or their parents did named them after the.
You're saying he's like Jon Snow, where Jon Snow's like, everyone keeps comparing me to Game of Thrones, but I was first. This is my name. This is who I am.
George stole it from me. Because as we all know, you know, good old Jared or Jarod, you know, he is very close friends with Gurm.
Gurm? You mean Gur?
Yeah, Gur Martin.
There we go. And you know, at the same time, we also do know that that Mashiro Sakurai is a big Kirby NA StarCraft fan. You know, he of course
exactly.
Yeah. He's the guy
This is where he got the idea for Smash Brothers.
It is. Yeah. It's well known.
That it really is.
Yeah.
He also got the idea for Mario Party out of Rainer Party.
He did.
Wait, did he make Mario Party?
Look,
I know he made Kirby and Smash Brothers. I'm not sure about Mario Party.
Did he make both?
He made both, yeah.
Wait, do you actually know what I just said?
Yeah, what's his name? Sakurai.
Yeah, Mashiro.
Yeah, Mashiro. This isn't how you're supposed to play.
Yaku, you know the honest or fun facts. As you were talking, I tabbed out and I googled who made Kirby. And like, oh no, yeah, the guy who made Super Smash Bros. I'm like, what? What are you on about? How do you know that?
I am the information centaur.
God damn it. I mean, Darking knows, but I mean, he's like, look, he's Darking, okay? He knows everything. He's the godfather of Latin America.
Exactly.
Oh,
he
God.
is, I feel like we need to give Darking an information title now. He's the information Don. No, wait. As Darking has informed me, Latin America, you're either a weeb or a narcos. So we have to figure out which one Darking is and select it accordingly.
I mean, porque no los dos, right? He could be both. It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
All right. And speaking of that, I do like that Kirby is once again, or picur rather, is once again going to be on the aggressive, it seems. That's a lot of gateways.
That's a decent amount of gates, and mate, I was just a little bit shook because we've had nothing but cheese for the past couple of games, and oh my god, we're getting into a more standard game. Wow, and Kirby's going for his bread and butter. We saw him do this earlier. He's going for that triple Widowmine drop. No armory, unfortunately, just through your regular drop. And yeah, picur, just like the previous game where we saw this happen, he's also going for Blink Stalkers.
Yeah, and that just about shuts down these Widowmine drops, doesn't it? Well, you have to have the Stalkers in position for us, to be fair.
Yeah, very true. I mean, it looks like the Widowmine drop is going to be getting into the natural. Meanwhile, the Stalkers are in position in the main base instead.
Yeah, which I can't really fault picur on. This is normally where the Terran player would be sending the medevac to, as they normally want to get some scouting out as well, but Kirby going by the natural, and that's a pretty juicy mineral line. Here come the mines! And is that a little bit too late, Light? It seems not. Seems like it's just in time. And Kirby, he may have lost the supply here, but did get a very nice scout off. I'm not sure whether or not he saw the Warp Prism, but just based on what he saw right now, he can sort of infer, I need to be a little bit more on the defensive, so he does position his bio.
Yeah, I mean, he did this, you know, he went up against this in the previous game, right, if you recall, so immediately he throws down 2 bunkers. Again, though, actually, I'm kind of worried for him. This time, 0 tanks. There's no tech lab on that factory. Yeah,
he opted for quick mines this time, which is, I feel like that's preparing for 2 steps ahead and ignoring what's in front of him right now.
Yeah.
But Stim is nowhere near done, but still, this is a pretty nice position. Decent CranKy for these Marines.
Yeah,
he's trading pretty well.
Yeah, he's trying to trade as best as he can. As you said, like, the upgrades are still a long ways away because he got that faster Widowmine instead, and now he's forced to pull the boys.
He is forced to pull the boys, and the Warp Prism does live on top of this. Bunker is out right now, but honestly, that's a lot of ground that Kirby would give up to go in there. So you can see him now just trying to kite as best he can with these medevacs.
Yeah, that he is, and some of the add-ons getting picked off as well. There are some decent amount of Widowmines. Oh,
this is rough. That Widowmine gets taken out just like that, and yeah, Kirby, you can kind of... He's really... If I was in Kirby's position right now, I'd just be falling apart, honestly, like.
Yeah, I mean, in a couple of seconds, like, +1 is about to finish, same with Stim, so then maybe he can push this away, but there's just so many Blink Stalkers.
Yeah, I mean, in hindsight, right, Kirby really just needed to keep the bio alive until Stim is finished, because that's how he's going to be able to chase this back, but yeah, he did have to try to put on a little bit of pressure on these Stalkers, so... And in doing so, did lose a little bit of the bio. Stim's fort here, but doesn't quite have the supply that he used to.
Exactly. Yeah, he's got maybe
half of ground for the
yeah, maybe half the bio that he used to have, and he's just blinking back, and it looks like all the bios are going to be going down.
And just like that, Light, what do we got here in the finals? Mate, we got a Canadian.
Canada, the entire 2020.
2020, ever since season 2, that is the year of the Canada. Canada.
It's great. It's beautiful. We have him in the grand finals, and we're going to find out if we're going to be heading into a TVP or a PvP.
Or maybe a TV. No, wait, no, it can't be a TBT anymore. Yeah, because we're in the finals.
Oh my god. And as you know, I was given the replays, so I'm going to quickly download them and send them over. Isn't it great how, like, you know, we can't make lobbies with these replays because they're like a week old? Isn't that beautiful?
Oh yeah, I love it, man. Yeah. It's like, it's just so good. It makes sure that nobody can jump into the lobby that you don't want them to jump into, right? It's you got to really appreciate what Blizzard has done here.
Oh yeah,
especially considering the resources available to them.
That's always something to consider, right?
For a small indie company, they really accomplished a lot.
Oh yeah, definitely. They've done well for themselves with what little they have, and that's always something important to bear in mind. As
I'm gonna have to download these one by one.
Yep. All right, we have said replays. It's gonna take us a little bit to set him up, but yeah, picur, he played pretty well that series. I also enjoy that, both players, they were willing to be aggressive, they were willing to be cheesy, which is always great to see. But in the end, it was Canada that came out on top, and I mean, really, like,
definitely had that variety.
Yeah, Kirby, he didn't just have to go up against picur, he had to go up against the legacy that Canada holds here in NA Contender.
Exactly, and Canada, he wasn't able to give it up so quick.
Yeah?
I'm what's it called?
Yeah, me too.
I'm grasping because I'm trying to multitask here and get the what's it called? The replace in the right folder.
Yeah. I understand completely.
I may have typoed Slayer, but it's all good.
It's all good. We're just getting ready. We're setting up. We can get through this together.
Yeah, that we definitely can. Okay, now to go in game. Roll 4. Slayer versus Basherslice. Wait, the clips get reset?
Clips?
Oh, there's a different channel now.
No, there's a different channel.
Wait, what? Why did we make that?
Look, you weren't here for that conversation. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, God.
Is that from Vortex?
Potentially. Also, Darking, he did respond to us. He did say he likes turtles or tortoises.
But what would that mean, though? Like the information is slow, or that it's long living? Because tortoises live pretty long.
Oh, it could be
long living. Or that
it's
critically endangered.
The information is critically endangered. Just like Darking.
Yeah, that's why he's the information tortoise.
I like that. That's good. That's the lore right there. Darking response. Oh God, we love you, Darking. You're amazing. You're great.
Yeah. All right, I have loaded in.
All right, yeah. Just let me know when you're good. We can.
All right.
Begin.
Well, I am good, so I'm waiting for you to let me know.
Yeah, I meant to say count us in when just count us in.
Okay. We're gonna be going in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, then here we are with another TVP. In fact, we could potentially get another TVP after this. It is definitely up in the air. Today is potentially just be the TVP day, but Yeah, let's see how it goes then. In the bottom left-hand corner of the map, starting all the way in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, we have another Teal Terran player coming down from the land of America. He is going to be playing for this Alpha X Black, right? Or Alpha Black.
Just go for Alpha X, mate.
All right, going to be playing for Alpha X, the Dragons. We have Slayer.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Everdream LE, we have the American Protoss player representing the Gosu crew. It is Basherslice.
That's something else I remember from that day. Yoda Slim just being like, "Do you know any Slayer songs?"
Oh yeah, and I blanked out because I don't listen to rock country question mark.
I think
country rock.
I think they're thrash. They're considered thrash metal, I think, but
there you go.
I would just call them metal.
Yeah, metal. Exactly. Also, thank you so much, Kai for that raid. I remember how to pronounce your name.
Hey, thank you very much. Do appreciate it. We are here with Division 2 of NA Contender.
Yeah.
Right now the semifinals into the finals.
I remember we were casting him and we were like, is it we assumed it was Kia, like IKEA, you know, because it's KIA. And then he sent me a YouTube oh my god. He sent me a YouTube video of them pronouncing it, and it was from oh god, what's the movie with Bruce Willis? What's the movie?
Die Hard.
Die Hard. Yeah. Like EPKA. That's how you pronounce it.
Oh, it's Kia.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right, like the car.
Like the car. God damn it.
Wait, so it's Kaya?
What? No, it's Kae, like EPKA, like that. Yeah. Kae. Am I not making sense? What? Yaku?
Wait, Kai. Should that be like a Y at the end?
Look.
It'd be like, hey!
Because for Kia, there's a bunch of like accents on it. So like,
right.
Yeah, that makes it sound like Kae, question mark.
No, but that's before the A.
So we got another Blink Stalker opening, it looks like.
That's a very versatile opening for Protoss, particularly in the PvT.
Mm-hmm.
You can use it aggressively, as Picur demonstrated earlier, or you can use it more defensively to just harass out of sky.
Yeah. So we've seen this before with Picur. It looks like Basherslice is, taking a page out of them Canada plays. And meanwhile, we have Slayer not going for a Widowmine drop this time.
Yeah, it's a little... Yeah, I mean, this is an interesting opening that he's went for, going for the Cyclone first and then swapping around the add-ons. Going to be going into Banshees from here. And I'm really curious why he decided to go for this Cyclone. Maybe he anticipates a Stargate opening? Question mark?
Yeah, I mean, it is a pretty, I would say, safe way to open up, right? Like in cases either, an Oracle or something along the lines of like a War Prism coming across the map. Like, it's always nice to have a Cyclone. And I guess it was his, I was gonna say that it's a nice way to get like a Tech Lab out first and switch it with the Starport, but I believe he made the Tech Lab on the Starport anyway, right? So
no, you swapped it over.
Okay, there we go. So yeah, I guess it was just to be a little bit more efficient, question mark?
Yeah, it could be. Definitely could, as we do see that Slayer, he's not the type of player who's just going to be building up to a timing push to take out his opponent. He is going for those Banshees, which is, now that I think about it, I was going to think, yeah, he's going to go for a harass, but actually he might just be deciding to use it in his push. I'm just gonna keep a lookout to see if he pulls any boys with him.
That's gonna be the big tell, and Basherslice is being very like safe and defensive. Like we have 3 shoe batteries already in the natural. Like he was like terrified of what was gonna come out, which is like the direct opposite of how picur was playing, right? Like with his Blink Stalkers, especially since I just realized there is no Robo, so there's no Warp Prism.
Yeah, which is gonna be a little difficult right now for Basherslice. What I find really curious is that he is going to be crashing into this army. No, both armies are going to crash. But yeah, what I was going to say is Basherslice is being very paranoid right now with this probe out on the map for scouting. But now we see why. He knows that his opponent is moving across the map.
Yeah, exactly.
And he did pull a good amount of boys with him.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, nice call, you know, keeping an eye on them boys as they were pulled across the map, and we'll see if all those shield batteries, I mean, they're going to come into play, right? Like, he had a good reason to be as defensive as he was. They're going to really help out these Stalkers. They may be a little bit too far back. We'll see.
Yeah, that we will. I kind of like having shield batteries in the back, though, to be honest. Like, especially if you decide to go for Blink Stalkers. You can always blink back and get a little bit of a fill up or a top up there. You know, kind of like a pit stop, right?
Kind of like a Kirby, if you will.
Exactly. Oh no, it's like one of those levels in Kirby where it's literally just pick a power up to take with you. Somewhat nice blinks from Basherslice. Does take out one of the tanks. The other tank, though, still alive, and thanks to all these hardworking boys, will be getting repaired. It is not going to be easy whatsoever for Basherslice to take that out, especially with this many bunkers going out there. Forced to use a recall.
Yeah.
And this is a really nice position here. Really good SimCity coming out from Slayer.
I was
this is so much pressure that he's putting on his Protoss opponent.
Yeah, I remember that. I was like, where were the Stalkers? And I'm like, oh my god, they recalled. Okay, that was an interesting play. And now they are here. They are in position to protect the production. And Immortal is able to squeeze on out. And we'll see if he's going to be able to break through these bunkers with it.
Well, a couple of SCVs have already been taken out, and the rest were hanging back there. But one bunker does finish up, and there are still a couple of SCVs here that can continue baking these bunkers.
Yeah, 2 bunkers, a third is going to be on the way as well, and now this is going to be so difficult to break. Again, I'm very surprised at the Banshees. Like, they have kind of come into play, like they haven't gone down quite yet, been able to add their DPS to this as well.
Yeah, but they are starting to get there. I do like the inclusion of the Banshees, though. It does give you an extra dimension, right, when it comes to defending your tanks. That dimension being the air dimension.
Yeah, and again, this is why I'm not too, like, I feel like they were too far back, because as we can see, like, 3 shield batteries are basically at full energy. They just haven't been able to come into play. Like, the majority of the units have gone down. Like, the fight was just happening too far away from them, and yeah, because of that, like, supply already plummeted for Basherslice.
Exactly. I think it would have been too bad if a lot of production wasn't up in the front, but yeah, as you were saying, because the production was there, you know, Basherslice had to fight forward. He had to keep them alive. And then the shield batteries just didn't come into play.
Yeah, and I mean, Overcharge is being used now just to keep those Immortals alive, and I mean, they may come into play as Slayer edges or goes a little bit closer, and here we go, the Zelts are going in. He's going to try and pounce on top of this. The majority of the Marines are going down.
But in the end, enough Marines still stay alive. Slayer is continuing to rally. Does have a third base up and running as well.
Oh my god.
So even if this gets deflected, as long as Basherslice doesn't have the ability to counterattack, Slayer, he is more than fine. He's starting to rain blood here.
Exactly, like he's got that base behind him as well. As you were saying, the Immortal went down, so the Immortal count was reset, and slowly but surely, like, the bunkers are just edging on closer and closer.
And in my head, all that's playing is that song.
The Kirby song?
It's getting slowly louder. Yes. It's getting slowly louder and more threatening.
Kirby's not even playing right now. Like, what are you on about? God damn it.
And these Zelts do charge on 4, but that's 4 bunkers worth of Marine Slate. I don't think his Zelts are going to get too much done. The Immortal gets taken out once again. A little bit of a supply block there for Basherslice. And I mean, I'll give it to him. He's resilient. He is hanging on there, but GG has to be called in the end. He knew that he could have any sustainability, and Slayer takes game number 1.
That he does. And yeah, pretty strong showing so far by our American Terran.
Yeah, I have a feeling that we might have that Canada breaker.
We could. We definitely could. As of course, we are currently getting ready, getting set up for game number 2. This isn't ESL. We're not going on. You know what? A 3-minute break when casting ads like wouldn't be too bad. Like after each game, like it would.
Like casting ads.
Playing ads or casting replays. I was going to say casting.
Replays. Right.
Yeah.
We can cast ads.
We could. Feel like that defeats the purpose because we'd be multitasking trying to get the replay set up, but we could.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Meanwhile, Steel is just linking Slayer songs.
Is he? Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh god.
You should actually you shouldn't because that's probably copyrighted. I was gonna say you should play it, but I don't think that's a good idea.
All right.
You in?
Yeah, ready to count us in.
Alrighty, then how about we go in 3, 2, 1, go. Here we are now on Ice and Chrome. LE hashtag where's the Chrome? It is inside you.
What?
It's inside you when you drink their iced coffee. There, yeah. Look, I forgot what our marketing was for that on this map. I forgot what we were supposed to advertise on this map. But in the bottom left-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the bottom left-hand corner map, we have the teal Terran player coming out from the land of America. He is the one who makes the blood rain. Gonna be representing Alpha Black or Alpha X here, or maybe the All Blacks, the the rugby squad. They branched out into StarCraft, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? This is just an A and a B. It is Slayer.
Thanks so much,
Kaya.
Kaye. Oh god, that's spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ice and Chrome LE. We have the American Protoss player representing the Gosu crew. It is Basherslice.
Bash or Slice?
Yeah, Bash or Slice. Yeah, you can pick and choose.
I feel like that's a D&D weapon.
Bash or Slice?
Yeah. One end, that's like the ham axe from Terraria.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you slice with an axe, though?
You don't bash with an axe.
You don't, but do you slice? Because I feel like with slice, it's a very...
It's like finesse.
It elicits... Exactly, yeah. It elicits that sort of like,
Yeah.
like a surgeon or a doctor.
Yeah, because, doctors, they just slice you up.
Exactly.
It's just what they do.
And to slice you up from the inside.
Yeah, and you know what? Doctors, they don't have axes. Not that I know of.
Normally they don't.
Normally they don't. There's some like, fringe cases where they may whip one out,
Exactly. Sometimes there's certain stuff that a scalpel won't get done, right? So you gotta get the axe out.
Yeah.
Body spray.
Actually, you're not wrong. There are axes, right? Like the bone axes and stuff, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, bone saws. Yeah. See, there it is, bone saw. Yeah. We know what we're talking about.
Exactly. This is why we should become doctors. Maybe I should have taken my principal's advice.
What? I don't think that's where it leads us. But I like your enthusiasm. Yaku, follow your dreams.
Yeah. Well, my dream was to become the opposite of what my principal told me to be.
Yeah, and the opposite of a scalpel is an axe.
Hmm.
Anyway, we got a game here.
That we do. Well, we have the start of a game. It's not quite a game yet, but Dashlane is asking me to install, but I'm not going to do that. Yeah, it's just pretty standard openings coming out from both of our players.
You say standard, but that second Rax is being, hidden in the back right now, as we do see a couple of Marauders being made, and I feel like maybe he'll be looking to go first for a push here.
Yeah, we're gonna see the same old push that we saw last time. There is no Cyclone being produced right now for Slayer.
Okay.
So yeah, he's just gonna go at it in a little bit more of an old school style, just going for straight tank. And I guess we'll have to see what he makes from this, from the starport. I imagine Medivac says, he is already researching Stim.
Yeah, I do believe we've seen this being kind of popularized by some of the Korean players, where like they pick up the tanks in the medevac, they zoom across the map, and they push with their bio. We'll see if some SCVs are pulled with this as well, as Basherslice is being quite greedy. He's getting a third base, getting a third nexus.
Yeah, and honestly, on Ice and Chrome, this is a bit of a double-edged sword, isn't it? It's a little bit easier to defend, I think, on a map like Ice and Chrome, just because of how narrow the choke is. But on the flip side of that, there's also a lot of good positions for tanks.
Oh, and as this is happening, there's a hallucinated Phoenix going in to scout, and it looks like it will spot. Oh no, it only spots the one Rax.
All it sees is the one Rax light. And this is about standard right now. For all Basherslice knows, Slayer is just getting his 2 extra racks after his initial one. He doesn't know that there's a bio push with a tank and a medevac coming out for him, unless he catches it with these stalkers, but he doesn't.
Oh, what is he doing?
But he doesn't like.
He rotates around, he misses everything. Oh, he will catch some reinforcements. Oh, the tank. Okay. Oh god.
Yeah, the tank is very exposed. The bunker did get a salvage earlier on. Very nice micro coming out from Basherslice here, even without blink, but he does have to pull back right now, as this is a third that he wants to keep.
Yeah, but will he though? I mean, there's a single tank here. It's pretty far back, to be honest. I would love it to be a little bit more forward. And it looks like with the amount of DPS here, yeah, it's not really helping at all. But the Nexus should be going down.
Slayer, he's got to make a decision right now. And the tank actually deterring those stalkers that were trying to flank. Only one medevac, and this is a very low bio army. The medevac is almost taken out, and honestly, the bio's down to the reds. Slayer, I feel like he may be getting a little ahead of himself here. He needs to realize, I took out that base. I should be good just to rotate around. Maybe get to the next phase of my macro. The tank does get taken out, but honestly, it's just Immortal and a couple of Stalkers. Easy peasy for Slayer here.
Yeah, definitely. And I do think obviously the bio was very overstimmed, and I feel like if the tank was a little bit more forward, then he wouldn't have had to stim so much to take out the Nexus. But regardless, like, he's able to take it out. He takes out an Immortal, shaves off a couple of Stalkers. Like, the push, it dealt damage, and he's getting a third behind this.
Exactly what you need, or exactly what you want in a game like this, right? You need to realize, I've done damage, I'm about even-ish. I need to get ahead, and I'm not going to be able to kill them, so I need to just get ahead.
Exactly, and that's exactly what he is doing. Meanwhile, Basherslice, he is attempting to retake his third, so he will be able to do so. It will just be a little bit behind, and all the Stalkers!
Yeah, they do blink away right at the last second, thankfully. As concussive shells, this is not quite done, and you know what else isn't done, Light? Slayer. He is marching across the map.
He is
not Slayer done. Ain't done. They're still touring.
Mate.
Making albums, I assume.
Yeah, you know what? They may be in their 40s or 50s or maybe even 60s. I don't know. Because I don't know who they are. But, mate, they're still touring because why not? Because you know what? Their fans are still out there. They're still diehard. They're still, Kaye, if you will.
Still diehard like Kaye.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. You know what? He's pushing on forward, and the force field is not there.
Yeah, a little bit whiff there, and with only one sentry, you really can't get much done. Really nice start stepping once again, And this third base, how many times is it going to go down? Can you cancel Basherslice? No, he cannot.
Oh my
god. And these are slow lots coming in here. This is the easiest thing for tearing the kite with Concussive Shell.
Exactly, the most easiest. And here we go. Again, the second tank is even further behind the first one. It's barely going to be coming into play here. I wish he was a little bit more aggressive, and he's just over-stimming.
He is very much over-stimming right now, and charge is almost complete. All it takes is one zealot to just bump into the bio and take it out.
Yeah, especially because of the friendly fire of the tanks, right? Like the zealot rushes forward.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But Concussive Shell definitely helps out a lot in that front. Slows down the charge that's going there. And obviously these tanks are a little bit behind, but I do like how he's positioned his secondary tank just to support the primary tank if the zealots get on top of it. Yeah,
and then we go, a third tank joins the fray. There's not too much bio here, so we'll see if he's able to pressure enough to take out that Nexus.
Oh, there's a flank coming in, Light.
Oh, there's a flank.
There is a flank coming in, and they do meet that secondary tank. Does manage to take it out, and it actually takes out all of the tanks right now.
Yeah.
Zealots, man. Zealots are charged. Sometimes that is all you need in your defense.
Exactly, that was beautifully done by Basherslice. He was able to quickly pull apart his opponent, attack to the north and the south, and take out all three tanks. And with that, Slayer, mate, I know they want to go on that tour, but they're getting old, you know. They gotta take it easy a little bit.
Yeah, they gotta think of that retirement, you know. How are they gonna spend them royalties?
Were they around when royalties were like? How old is Slayer? I don't.
I want to say 80s, 90s, like late 80s, early 90s was like the start of them. But I'm not sure. I'm not a big Slayer fan myself.
Are we horribly insensitive? Like, are they actually dead right now? Like,
they can't be. They can't be. Maybe one member died.
Maybe
of drug overdose or something, but not all of them.
Yeah, that's pretty common nowadays. You know, who isn't dead by drug overdose? It's fine.
Yeah, if you have a band that doesn't, no, we shouldn't be endorsing that. No, I apologize. Don't do drugs. Be a clean band. Be straight edge. You can be cool.
Be a straight edge, just like Basherslice. But oh my god, the Immortals are all going down.
Very good target firing coming out right now, and the Marines just piling on their DPS.
Oh my god.
This is, I was going to say Immortals, but I meant the Terran Immortals and Marauders taking just about everything out. Slayer now on match point. Are we going to get that 3-0 Light?
We could. I was shook that but you know what he did? He sieged up his tanks and he fought without them almost the entire game, and he didn't even need them. He didn't even need the tanks. It was all about that bio.
Exactly. That is generally what you want in TVP, isn't it? If Corwin's still around, I can quote him. What was it? After the robo units get out, just stop making factory units. Focus on just getting more supply for your Sky Army, for your Bio Army, because they would be more efficient. And yeah, I think this game does demonstrate that to an extent.
Yeah, definitely. And I think obviously something that really came into play is that I feel like AoE was really lacking, whether it was Archons, whether it was Colossus, whether it was Disruptor. Like at some point, yeah, I would imagine you stop Immortal production, right?
Yeah, definitely there. I think I could kind of see the thought process from Basherslice though going in. Because like, you know, his third base went down. He doesn't really want to invest too heavily in one way of tech or another, because, you know, his opponent should be able to counter that, or at least at the very least has an opportunity to counter that. So yeah, you just thought, what do I need to get rid of? I need to get rid of the tanks. How do I get rid of the tanks with as little money as possible? Chargelets and Immortals. But yeah, that's that's a cheap way of clearing tanks in Bio. It's not the best way. It's far from the best way.
Yeah, as we just saw, right? It just didn't really work out in the end. It was doing fairly well to begin with, but slowly over time, like Slayer was able to overcome.
Exactly. They were able to win that Kerrang award. Did Slayer win a Kerrang award? What they even around? Wait.
Karan? What? Yeah. What's a Kerrang award? I don't even. Is that like an Oscar but for music?
That's the Grammys.
It's the Wait, is Grammys for music?
It is. It's because it's based on the gramophone.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, Kerrang is for like alternative. Whatchamacallit? Alternative
Music?
Subculture music, yeah. Not just rock, because they think, whatchamacallit.
Sarky. You've never heard of the Kerrang Wars? Oh god.
Is that from Star Trek?
Are you, or is Darking Obi-Wan in this situation? Is that what's happening? Am I Luke? Oh god.
Are you loaded in yet?
Yes.
I've been loaded in for the past minute and a half. I was waiting for you. I thought we were just... Alright, we are going to be starting this game in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. And what a doozy those first 2 games were like, but now we are on game number 3. On Pillars of Gold LE, we're in the bottom left-hand corner map, starting all the way in the bottom left-hand corner map. The Teal Terran, he's on match point, and this is the last game he needs to win to make it to the finals. Is he able to do it? Let's find out. Gonna be representing Alpha Black here, gonna be continuously going on tour. We have Slayer.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Pillars of Gold LE, we have the American Protoss player, the surgeon, the doctor, if you will. He wields an axe. He is Basherslice.
Didn't Slayer go on that metal cruise? That I vaguely remember a co-optional.
Yeah.
Podcast where he talked about that.
So I don't know if he mentioned Slayers at all. I just know he went on a metal cruise. That's it. So that's all. That's all I know. Oh god, maybe
everything was metal.
Yeah, it's quite possible.
The massage was metal. On a cruise. Yeah, gambling was metal.
And we'll see if Slayer is able to cruise on through to the finals. Hey.
Exactly. He is the hope right now if you don't want to see a mirror matchup in the finals here. I mean, I think Light and I, we've kind of resigned ourselves to our fate of having to always cast a PvP, but you know, it would be nice to see another TVP. I do honestly really enjoy watching the matchup. Playing it, not so much, but it's just such a technical matchup from both the Terran side and the Protoss side. You can kind of see, like, how am I going to position my army here? What do I need to do to counter what my opponent's doing? You know, it's very much a thinking matchup, which is why I don't like playing it.
It's what inspired you to recreate the thinking man, the thonker, if you will.
Exactly, the modern thinker.
Yeah,
the modern happy thinker.
Exactly.
That's what he was doing. Oh, in my recreation.
It's playing recreation.
Exactly.
For those wondering what we are even on about, Yaku, it was his birthday now almost 2 weeks ago, I think, and and on stream he did an art stream where he did some modern takes on some classic art forms, and it was quite a thing. It was beautiful to say the least.
A couple of requests. Yeah, part of that, highlight of that is up on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Yakuzaku1. I also put it on YouTube, but I don't remember what my YouTube link is because I don't upload there.
Yep, and eventually at some point we're gonna make Vortex do a duct tape on that, so stay tuned for that.
I know Kuro has some great reactions as well.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful, it's amazing, it's everything.
Recorded some reactions.
Yeah. it was amazing. Oh god, so yeah, keep an eye out for that. Meanwhile, we have Basherslice going for a pretty similar opening once again, going for that blink.
Yeah, the good old reliable, I do think. Honestly, gateway core into Blink, I think, is almost the 1/1 of Protoss. It's very basic, and it's very basic, but it's also very versatile. That is your jumping off point for something else.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, speaking of 1/1, Slayer for the first time gonna go for those mine drops, and That's a pretty quick NG bay going up there, so we know that he's not going to go into Drilling Claws or anything, but yeah, I'm just curious. That's a very early eBay.
Yeah, we'll see what that's for. We should be seeing an upgrade sometime soon. Like, you don't typically get it this fast.
Staccato tracking.
Oh,
well,
he's
maybe not.
Yeah, he's actually paranoid about potentially either an Oracle or something getting that missile turret.
Yeah, well, he didn't really get that much scouting off on the other side of the map. The Reapers saw a gateway and a core, and that was about it.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
The world is his oyster. Basherslice is his oyster right now, and yeah, so he's just keeping that in mind, realizing that this honestly isn't that bad of a map for Stargate. Now, this was played in the previous patch, so Void Rays weren't quite what they are now.
True.
But still, Oracles and stuff.
Yeah, Oracles are still dangerous. So Slayer, he's just, making sure he plays this out quite safe, as you said, he's not really a fan of oysters, and that could be coming his way, so...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's allergic to shellfish.
He is. And we'll see how that goes, as, we do have a hallucinated scout. It is able to spot the majority of the production. So, Basherslice has a better idea of what his opponent is doing. And we do see that because of that lack of scouting information, there was no shellfish.
There was no shellfish, only these juicy cod fishes. Not sure where I was going to that, but yeah, that's a lot of mines being thrown down right now. Are they going to get their units off? And there we have it. 8 probes already going down right now. And Slayer, he is diligent with these. He's going to be unborrowing them, picking them back on up, and getting out of there. This is the situation where you don't really need armory or an armory. If you're really confident in your ability to pick them up again.
I'm honestly so surprised that the Stalkers are still out in the middle of the map. Like, as the drop was happening, he pushed out with his Stalkers, and then he's kind of like tentative, like, should I go back home? Should I be aggressive? I don't even know. And because of that, there's nothing really to stop the Widow Mines from going back in.
Exactly, and not just that Widow Mine, but a Liberator coming up from the south, and Basherslice, I think he's realized that his time has kind of passed there. He is just going to try to do as much damage as he can, try to get even with his opponent here, but there are already 2 tanks out, a bunker in the natural. This Liberator is preventing a lot of mining.
Yeah, and at the same time, the Widow Mines, they do go into the third base, and they do bar, but there's no pull!
6 more, scratch that, 8 more probes you go down. Oh my god,
is he going to get out?
He's gonna get out. These sentries, they don't do that much DPS when they're in low numbers.
Exactly. Like, this is why it's so important to bring your Stalkers back home. Like, they can shut down something like the medevac, but without that anti-air, the medevac is just free to pick up, drop, and pick up again, and he's able to escape with them Widow Mines.
That said, Basherslice is still ahead on workers.
Slayer! Mate, hit that S key or whatever the SCV key is.
Exactly, you gotta hit that A note.
Yes. And we'll see as the medevac, no! Oh god, it's so close.
Away. What? A little bit of unfortunate move commanding by both players there.
Oh my god, there's no right for that medevac to be alive right now. Like, it was like 2 shots away from going down. Wow.
Is that your professional medical diagnosis?
It is. It's Basherslice's diagnosis, to say the least. And, oh my god, somehow, some way, all 3 Widow Mines were able to make it out alive.
Yeah, some way, somehow. Yeah, I was about to infringe copyright again, but I shall not. And yeah, it's looking really fantastic for Slayer right now. He's got +1. His army is looking extremely threatening, and Basherslice is doing, I'm not sure if I call it a mistake, but he's basically doing what he did last game, where he's got his Robo Bay, but no AoE yet. He's continuing to produce Immortals.
Yeah, he does have a second robotics facility on the way, so I imagine once that is done, like, he'll be able to catch up and produce 2, Disruptors or Colossus at a time, and there we go. Oh, it's going to be Disruptors.
Or at least for the time being. I really like that Basherslice is sort of thinking ahead here, sort of thinking of, I'm going to need to diversify my AoE. My Colossus, if I were to get Colossus right now, they're pretty much going to be useless without Thermal Lance. So what am I going to do? Get Disruptors while working on that upgrade, and then get the Colossus out.
Yeah, definitely. So he is going to be working on, multiple forms of AoE, which again is nice to see from a Protoss player. He still hasn't stopped his Immortal production, but we'll see if he begins... Oh, Okay, just a little bit supply block there, but there we go. 2 Colossus on the way, and that's gonna help so much against this bio.
Ooh, nice Purification Nova, but it doesn't kill anything. Takes the tank down to, well, just about 1 shot away from dying, though, which is definitely useful. This tank is, what is this tank in range of? Oh, the shield battery. And also these Zealots, very nice placement in the mine there, but 2 tanks have already been taken out. And this is a really good concave right now for Slayer, but it's all on these Purification Novas. Completely whiffed, and that's the only AoE that Basherslice had for the time being. Slayer, though, he's going to be pulling back. I guess he realizes that by this point, Basherslice just has a lot of production, question mark?
Yeah, honestly, I feel like there was a window there. There was an opportunity for Slayer to come back and push on in, and, you know, after those disruptor shots were wasted, right?
Yeah, I think there was a window there, but I feel like it's also a window that has very little margin of error, right? If Slayer were to pounce on that, he'd have to have taken out the army and then taken out the third base and then gotten away with an army in order to be ahead. And he could do one of those things. He could either take out the army or take out the third base, but not both, I think.
Yeah, and with that, he backs off. That gives the breathing room for Basherslice to expand, to get a 4th base. You know, now he has even more AoE. The core of his army is even stronger than before. So, yeah, this is going to be a little harder for someone like, or for this army composition to work here for Slayer.
Exactly, and we're 10 minutes in, and Basherslice is in a pretty good position. This is a first in the series.
Yeah, and this could be the moment for the surgeon himself, the oh god, I was about to say the what's the name of someone who the lumberjack even
lumberjack
to come back in this series.
That would be a good dual major, wouldn't it? Lumberjacking and medicine.
Would he be a lumberjack who cuts down trees with a scalpel?
Because he's just that precise.
Yes, exactly.
He realizes just how much he wastes no wood.
You know what? You know what he is? He's an anime protagonist. And now that Darking's in the chat, it just all makes sense.
It does. My God.
Meanwhile,
really interesting tech choices coming out now. Basherslice did get his Templar archives, but not getting any high Templar as of yet. In fact, going to be relying on DTs, it seems, for his Archons. Or maybe he's not going to be getting Archons yet.
Yeah, pretty interesting that he got the Templar Archives and the Dark Shrine both at the same time. You know, just kind of taking up in every which way. And to be fair, he has the freedom to it. Like, we were talking about how he was getting his 4th base situated. Now he's getting his 5th on the way as well. Like, we're getting oh god. They just ran into the army. But yeah, like, we've gotten to the point where both armies are maxed out, and I don't know if I like the Slayer's position too much here, especially in a head-on engagement.
Yeah, I think he may have a little bit too many ghosts. He was anticipating the Templar from coming out, but so he got a couple of ghosts there. But they're not really going to go do too much here. Best case scenario, throw around the EMPs, and these disruptors manage to get sniped a little easier.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, you know, decent tank positioning again. The disruptor shot didn't really go off, but oh my god, behind this, Basherslice getting a 6th base. He's just expanding all over. Oh no, he cancels. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, well, not sure why you would cancel at that point, but yeah, Basherslice playing it a little bit more conservatively and sending out a couple of DTs as well. That shouldn't do too much against this planetary with a missile turret, but we'll see.
Yeah, with only 2 DTs, typically you need a lot more to just chunk away and break this down. Oh. Huh.
The planetary's slowly chipping away at the Archon.
Yeah, so it should be able to deal with that eventually.
Low, though.
Yeah, meanwhile, Slayer is rotating over to the right-hand side of the map. Is going to be able to take care of this 5th base.
Yeah, really nice split in the army as well. Really using those tanks as an anchor, if not as an anchor to just fall back to. He's just... It's almost like he has, like, rings on a tree, isn't it? The tanks are in the center, and the bio is the rings around it.
Yeah, pretty much. He's just
That's
like
my analogy.
An age-old tree. And, I mean, he does have the high ground in the
tanks.
Computer
Kitchen over! Does not take anything out. Maybe that one did. It's hard for me to tell.
I don't think it did.
No, I think it did. I think it did, because just looking at the bodies. But that was an amazing engagement going down there for Slayer. Basherslice, he can only warp in Zealots right now, and honestly, that's not too bad. Charges are definitely the core that you want, especially against tanks like this, but he's going to need a lot more than that. Stimming on fort, taking out the other Colossus. And Slayer, he is just landing every single Viking. He knows that all he's got to worry about right now, ground army.
I like how he landed the Vikings to take out the Colossus. Like, all right. Okay.
He does not even care.
He doesn't even care. And what's important is the majority of the tanks stayed alive. Like, I think maybe 1 or 2 got taken out.
Look at his flank.
Oh, God. The Disruptors are... Oh, they all get taken out.
But this is a heck of a lot of charges coming out here. And where's the AoE for Slayer right now? Like, where's the choke point for him to make you take advantage of the melee?
It's just not there. Every single tank got taken out by that flank, and he's forced to pick up and leave.
Exactly, and Slayer, oh man, he could have ended the game there, but now he's gonna have to settle for just being in a much better position than his opponent.
Yeah.
Man, he's like, all he's got right now is a better economy. All he's got is like better production. You know, he's got his army is better than his opponent's as well as his worker count, but like, you know, he's got to settle for that.
Yeah,
killing him.
We'll see if Slayer can get back into this game, because after that, like, that was a hefty loss. And you know, Basherslice, he's got a 4th base up and running. At least he does have that going for him. But yeah, I mean, as you were saying, like, you know, that was losing everything like that. Like, he was able to just hold on with nothing but Zealots. It's not ideal.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't. Now, funnily enough, Slayer now only has 1 ghost, but it's actually a time for him that he needs ghosts coming out, as there is a High Templar with enough energy for a storm and a good amount of Archons there.
Just be careful. Remember, we do call
everything is over Sim Light.
Yeah, we call them the Great Equalizer for a reason as well. Like, at any moment we could see them go off, and oh my God, everything's just red right now. Jesus Christ.
So red. Just a couple of volleys from the Archons is all he needs.
I feel like I don't think he was stimmed before. I think he like stimmed like 2 or 3 times in a row by accident. Like, that was.
I did play against a ladder opponent the other day who was like complaining that his keyboard double clicked too quickly.
Yeah, Jesus.
And carrying speed, so you know, maybe Slayer has the same problem.
It's quite possible, because they're so oversimmed and they're still not at full health. Like, the Colossus can still like like absolutely melt this.
1 volley, that's all he needs.
Oh God,
that's all Basherslice really needs.
Stop
Slayer, he's got to buy so much time. He needs to buy time. These medevacs are so overworked. They just want to heal this bio up to full health again, but Basherslice, he's just standing. Stop! You need
Basherslice. So Slayer needs to like get rid of some bio and make more medevacs at this point. But oh God,
calm down, my guy.
And all right, Basherslice is just
waiting. Energy is about to run out.
Yeah, and the problem is that enough time was bought because Slayer, he just kept stimming, that like now Basherslice has a decent supply.
Beautiful Nova.
Oof.
Exactly, and now they're about even on the army supply. Basherslice, you know, he was down about 50 supply earlier on, but now he's ahead by 2. Which I would say favors the Protoss player, at least when we're looking at these compositions. You know, Basherslice, normally a Terran player, they want to bait the Protoss player into a defensive position, don't they? But yeah, Basherslice doesn't have that. He is a pure bio medevac army right now.
He keeps stimming. There's nothing there. He just
heal.
They're out of energy.
He's continuing to remake the medevacs, and it's cutting into his supply.
Oh my God! I saw like twice already. He stimmed when there was no army to fight. He just doesn't want to be at full health. I don't know what it is.
He needs to feel a little bit of you know what it is. He just needs to hurt his bio a little bit. You know, remind him what pain is like. Another good Nova, potentially really nice snipes. This is a very dangerous game, and a Nova does pop off.
Oh my God!
Such a gamble that Slayer took, and it did not work out for him.
Oh my God! And I mean, this is why, like, you know, earlier he was ahead by 80 supply when he didn't end the game, and that was his opportunity. That was his moment. You can't just let a Protoss player get back into the game like this, because he's done it. Like Basherslice, like the Doctor himself, like he's looking so good right now in this game.
Exactly. He even has the supply to spare for some multi-progs here, running into this wall of barracks, funnily enough.
Yeah, it's not really ideal. And I don't know how I feel about this. Part of me wishes that he switched into Liberators, but he can't because he needs to heal up all his bio. Like, that's the problem, you know.
But
he needs to start
heal up all his bio because his Medivacs are out of energy.
Exactly.
He keeps
Oh,
what if he does,
God.
like, another really good Nova? Look at all that blood, Jesus.
Ooh. It's brutal. And you know what? Like, we keep talking about how he has no energy. Like, really, it's the big brain play. Like, he's just making sure the Medivacs stay alive and they survive feedbacks, you know? Like, he's just making sure that...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because as we know, with... does he even have a Templar in this army? He has one Templar. I thought it was a Sentry at first. Yeah, but you know, one Templar can really do a lot. That's 4 feedbacks, if I'm not mistaken. 4 feedbacks and 3 storms.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy, and here we go. The other tank is taken out again. There's nothing but bio right now here for Slayer, and that's not really what you want against a Protoss army. I feel like you need to be a little bit more diverse, you need a little bit more finesse, more of a scalpel, if you will, in your army. And
well, I'll be honest, like, I agree with you there, but I feel like Slayer is making up for it right now. He is almost playing like a Zerg player, isn't he? What is he doing with his bio army? He's trying to get good concaves. He's just trying to bait his opponent into his position.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, Zerg, I feel, can bait Protoss into them a little bit better than Terran can.
Exactly, and we'll see how this goes again. We're getting to the point where no more energy. He's starting to stim a little bit too much, and if he keeps going like this, then his army could just crumble.
It really, really can. I just want to see these Colossus sneeze on the bio, honestly.
Oh god, yeah, it's gonna be so awful. There's Storm available as well. Like, there's some high Templar, like a single Storm, like just anything.
Literal sneeze, just achoo!
Yep.
And there's a Storm coming down.
Oh god.
Alright, starting to make ghosts now, which I think is a pretty decent idea.
Yeah, he
just
actually...
be careful not to EMP kill Medivacs.
Yeah, he actually just killed a couple of his own units to make enough supply for the ghosts. Oh, we'll see how good the Novas are.
Wait, he killed his bio supply to make room for ghosts?
He did.
How many Medivacs, my guy? 10 Medivacs doing nothing.
Oh god.
Alright, and yep, some pretty nice storms here preventing
Look
repair,
at the
but not quite going to be enough. He's like on a 10k bank, he's been maxed out for so long,
he's
like...
He's on 10k basically, like, what's happening right now?
Welcome to NA Contender.
Oh
Enjoy
my
your
god.
stay. And yeah, this planetary, you know what it is, like, it's actually a big brain move. Because he knows that he needs to repair this planetary, so he just got built up his bank.
Yeah,
but no, not quite going to be able to do that. And honestly, he's starting to lose his SCVs now, which is good. Clear up some of that supply for more army.
Exactly. The problem is that the bank is nice. The thing is, the way to utilize it is to slowly trade your army. Like, if you end up in one big engagement where you just lose everything, then you won't have enough time. Yeah,
Terran can insta remax the way that Protoss can with Warpins or Zerg can with anything. You have to play it slower, you know. You can't just throw things away like that. And he did lose a chunk of supply. He is starting to remake though. He has a decent amount of production. We'll see how he does here though. Honestly, there's no observers in his army, is there? So I hope that Slayer realizes that. It can be pretty tough, honestly, to notice things like that in the heat of the moment, but yeah, I think it would be pretty worth it while to invest in the cloak.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Does he already have cloak, actually? He doesn't.
He does not.
Yeah, I feel like if he were to invest in the cloak, it's just going to be such a worthwhile upgrade to get.
Yeah, definitely. As right now he's still dancing around the army. It looks like Basherslice is trying to find a way and trying to find an opportunity again. The Medivacs, they still don't have any energy, so
he has one sim available to him. That's it.
Oh god,
that is it.
I feel like you want to feint as Basherslice. It's just bait out a stim. That's all you want to do, really, right?
Oh, it really is. But again, you know, we say that Slayer in the heat of the moment didn't quite notice that there's no observer. I'm thinking it's the same for Basherslice. He is in the heat of battle right now. He doesn't quite notice how low on energy these Medivacs are. And I mean, it's a hard thing to take note of. But what isn't hard to take right now, like, is a 7th place for Basherslice.
He's finally taking that 7th base. Honestly, Basherslice, he's been left alone on his side of the map the entire game. Like, he hasn't been really, ever since that big push from Slayer, he's been left alone completely. I wouldn't blame him if he expanded to the bottom right as well. Like, just why not? And oh, it looks like he's finally finding a way in.
Yeah, decent Novus here. Yeah, starting to just brute force his way through. A couple of whiffed EMPs go down over there. Slayer is still trying to find it. He knows where the Templar are, but he just has to find that opening, which right now, Basherslice make it really hard to follow these buffers.
Yeah, definitely. Meanwhile, there's a handful of zealots, you know, wreaking havoc over there on the left-hand side of the map. But meanwhile, the main army, they're not quite engaging. They're still dancing around each other. Loses. Oh my God, no! He almost pulled an MMA.
Would have been a little bit worrisome, but that did not come to pass.
Yeah.
You see that with just one volley from this bio already had on half health.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Honestly, you know what I want to say, Light? I kind of feel like even though Slayer isn't expanding, his back border makes up for that. That's the overstim. That is what Basherslice wanted. And just like that, the army evaporates. That is the fragility of pure bio. I feel for him, Light. I honestly do. As a very impatient Terran player, Slayer, he saw an opportunity. He went for it. We're 25 minutes in. He just wants the game to end.
You say he saw an opportunity. I don't think there was an opportunity there.
I don't think he did, honestly. I think he just had enough of this game.
He's like, you know what? Let's just do this. And then...
As an impatient Terran player, I feel that. I feel that so much. I'm like, F it. Let's see if I can end this. No, I can't? Whatever. I'm on match point. I'll come back in the next game.
Yeah, that may be his thought process. And he was so close, right? He was so close for the clean sweep. Meanwhile, there's a bunch of DTs here as well. And there just isn't that much here to deal with the Protoss army. There's just so much. There's High Templar, there's Disruptors, there's Colossus, there's Archons, there's everything you want other than Skytoss, and you didn't even need it.
He did not even need it. Because right now, Slayer is basically on nothing but medevacs.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Bio gets taken out. And there we have it. Basherslice fighting back. Gonna be taking his first game in the series and will deny that clean sweep. What up, Mabels? Here in the chat. Do apologize. I haven't been keeping up with that too much.
Oh yeah, that was a quite long Hispanic conversation going on there about Mabel's...
I can translate for you if you want.
No, it's fine. About Mabel's being awake right now and potentially her sleep schedule being ruined.
You're welcome, Mabels.
God damn it, Mabels.
We streamed just for you to ruin your sleep schedule.
Oh god. Exactly what sleep schedule? As we are getting set up for game number 4, and this is the opportunity right now for Basherslice. He's put a point on the board. Can he bring it back in the series?
Yeah, got a little bit of momentum to him there. Now he's going back in. What sleep schedule? That esports lifestyle, man. Especially in a time of COVID where everyone has to be awake at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
To be fair, from a spectator standpoint, yeah, you do have to whatchamacallit, but I guess from like a player or a person, like a player or production standpoint, it's a little odd. All right. And yeah, this is that's a 5. So Slayer, he's still on match point here, but he wanted this to be over, and now Basherslice really fighting back. Can he get a reverse sweep? Can we have that PvP? I kind of hope not.
I mean, that's where that's like our bread and butter there, right? Like that's where we live. That's where we are. I don't know.
It is kind of like our tortilla and
go on.
Guacamole.
Canison, right?
Right.
Canison.
We are. There's a jackhammer in the background. I do apologize, but or I guess that's the drill. We are gonna be going in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, and we're now on Death Aura LE, the Aura of Death. LE, LE for standing for Latin Eat. That's the name of a Spanish Mexican restaurant, Brazilian restaurant. Actually, now that I think about it, it would make more sense for a Brazilian restaurant because it's like like Latin Heat. And where does it come from? It comes from Brazil. So yeah, Brazilian restaurant called Latin Eat. Would be pretty nice. And the top left-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in the top left-hand corner of the map, we have the teal Terran player coming down from the land of America. He is going to be representing Alpha Black. Not the Latin America division. He is Slayer.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Death Aura LE, we have representing the Gosu crew. He is the Surgeon, the Lumberjack. He is Basherslice.
I feel like that's what he asks his patients. How do you want the operation?
Do you think he's like? So is he both at once, or is he one by day, one by night?
Like a werewolf.
Like That's not where that's not where I was going with that. What? So he's like in his surgeon outfit, and then all of a sudden
he's
looks
in a surgeon outfit, and then it's like the full moon comes out. He's the lab coat, right? It starts to rip a little. His stethoscope falls off, and what's underneath? His flannel jacket.
Oh god.
Yep.
What are you on, mate? I feel if only Kaye was still here. Oh my god.
We can actually. I'm not allowed to say that because otherwise the government might take me seriously, and I might get in trouble.
Oh god. So here in game number 4, it looks like Slayer, he's doing something he did similar to the previous game. He is trying to sneak out a second Rax over to the back of the base to maybe catch his opponent off guard and go for another pretty strong, I guess, bio-tank push.
Yeah, going for the probably going to be a bunker rush once again. We'll just based on the previous games, that I think is what Slayer is inclined to go for. And yeah, for now, he's just being a little bit conservative with scouting. Just want to confirm, yep, you do have a natural base, so I probably don't have to check for proxies. I'm not too concerned as to what you got in your natural, because it's going to be one of a couple of things. Actually, 3 racks coming out.
Yeah, 3 racks, Jesus Christ. So, I guess it won't be medevac to help support this. I mean, it's not like I don't know what he has against medevacs.
Did he stop building this factory? He did.
He did.
This is just for show.
Was that intentional?
I think it was. I feel like this is just to throw off Basherslice.
Wow, what a big brain play. I mean, we'll see if it works. I don't know if Basherslice is going to take note of that, because he just did check with the shade and he's like, huh, that factory is taking a while to build. Wait, what? He's going to finish it. He's going to finish it.
He's finishing it. All right, so no cancel on that factory. He's actually finishing that up. Was that a mistake? It's got to be a mistake then.
Yeah, based on the fact that it could still be for show. We'll see. I mean, so far the Adept is in the main base, but it hasn't scouted anything. But he sees. He sees
all. You didn't see the starport go down though, and just because the starport isn't being built. It was gonna, but.
Yeah, and with that, I mean, we'll see if Slayer incorporates any kind of factory unit, but I don't think he should. I mean, to be fair, though, Stim is still a ways away. Like, it's going to take a while for this push to actually come out.
That it will. And without any medevac support, this is, once again, Slayer's motto. 1 Stim is all he can really afford.
Slayer's motto, you Stim or you die. This is one or the other. There's no in between.
Yeah, what is this? Healing the stims? Get out of here.
Get out of here.
I've been playing original StarCraft. You couldn't heal your units.
Look, Slayer is metal, okay? We don't got none of that.
Yes, that's why he's raining blood.
Down in Africa?
Da-da-da-da. I want that mashup now.
Well, okay.
Raining blood in Africa.
Featuring
the opening riff is actually the opening riff is similar enough that it's gonna be so difficult to mash it up.
Yo, the collab between Sakurai and Slayer, it's gonna happen. Sponsored by Africa TV.
What's the name of the guy who made Zelda? Miyamoto.
Miyamoto. Maybe, I don't know.
Wait, they probably already collabed. They're both in Nintendo. I would imagine they did.
It's possible. And here we go, Slayer. He is across the map with his one tank. No SCVs for any
here's
bunkers.
The one stim. Yeah, no SCVs for any bunker or for any buffer here. That's the one stim that he's got available to him. Really nice positioning on the tank, but it is a little bit further back. And yeah, now this battery overcharge really showing what it can get done. The tank gets taken out and the bio evaporates with that.
Oh, exactly. Like, it wasn't just the overcharge, but look, 4 shield batteries plus the immortal coming out just in time. Like, Basherslice, he had everything prepared for that push. He took it very seriously and he just completely swats it away.
Yeah. Like a fly.
Like Kirby.
What's another Slayer song that I can come up with?
Is that a song? Is that a fly? Is that
Fly?
Is it?
I feel like that's a band. Fly.
There we go. It's just another band. And both players, they just back off. They're both expanding, taking their third bases.
Learn to Fly. I was going to say is a Foo Fighters song.
There you go. I feel like this is like the series. Like, this is the player that Steel wants to cast. Like, Steel's all about that country rock, you know, that Slayer.
Oh, yeah. He loves that new metal.
It's all about that.
Yeah,
like,
it's all about that Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, you know, old maid Billie Eilish and all that good stuff. Yeah. At least I know Carowin's really into that sort of stuff. I imagine Steel is as well. It's fine.
Well, I mean, Steel's not Zoomer, so.
Yeah, but they're like, you know, they're kind of like one and the same.
Adjacent.
Yeah, he's close enough. He's close enough. It's all good. And yeah, things are just kind of slowing down, you know. Slayer, he's just macroing up. Basherslice, like, after defending, it's not like I was expecting him to push out across the map and maybe try and deny that third, but nope, they're just kind of chilling.
He's just building up for round 2, which is what you want to, do, especially as a Terran player, right? You don't want to just trickle in your units. You don't want to parade push unless you're absolutely certain you've gained a foothold. So yeah, Slayer. Just working on his upgrades, just working on getting a bit more of a well-rounded army. He's going to go for a second push, which is also, funnily enough, also what Basherslice is doing.
I thought you were going to say that's another Slayer's song, second push, or something like that.
Second push. That might be, what's the name of that other metal band? Mastodon song.
Mastodon, isn't that a Power Ranger?
It's not a dinosaur. It's like a woolly mammoth, I think.
Exactly.
Which, yeah, that's what the Power Ranger. That's what the Power Ranger ability got.
Speaking of woolly mammoth, good night, Darking. I hope you.
Hey, night, Darkin. Our information tortoise.
Exactly.
We decided on that today.
Our information tortoise.
His information is critically endangered.
Hope you get some rest. Thanks for dropping by. I really appreciate it. I know it's had a god awful hour for Latin America. And yeah, we're just gonna be heading on into this game. I mean, Slayer, he's finally pushing out.
Subliminally message that to Mabels. They're like, it's a god awful time for Latin America.
Right? Like, what kind of person would still be awake right now from Latin America in the chat watching us right now, right this second, and may even, you know, have 2 names as part of their username. Maybe one of them starts with K and the other with M. I don't know. But if anyone meets that criteria, maybe sleep should be involved.
I don't think that person exists.
It's quite possible.
Way too specific.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I don't think that's possible. I don't think they exist.
All right. Speaking of what else doesn't exist, being able to hold this, or maybe you know, Basherslice will show us that it is possible. Maybe my assumptions have been wrong.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, the tanks, they are edging closer and closer, but all the flag though, the zealots. Yeah,
I mean, Zealots trying to go for a flag, but not really working out. They did boost the tank enough, though, that a single Purification Nova was going to be enough to take it out. And there's no AoE over here for Basherslice's army. So Slayer, he's not afraid to just camp a choke point but actually he's kiting backwards, which might not be the best idea.
Yeah, he kited all the way back, exposing his last remaining tank, and it did get focused down. So now without that, there is no more backbone, no anchor point with this army, and with this bio, Slayer is forced back.
Yeah, now hindsight is 2020, as they say, so, you know, maybe Slayer just didn't want to deal with battery overcharge, but yeah, he's definitely given up I would say, favorable position just by kiting there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, to be fair, he did back off and he's like regrouping with his main army. He did scan and confirm that there is a fourth base.
And that's what he wants to take out right now. You want to take out the freshest base of each of your opponent. And we have a little bit of a positional battle right now. Basherslice, he really wants to wait for Slayer to get into an inopportune position so he can pounce with his chargeless and his disruptors. But meanwhile, Slayer, he's just slowly moving forward and back. You know, just trying to stay as close to a choke point as he possibly can.
Yeah, definitely. And honestly, he's being quite bold. Here we go. Second tank is joining the fray as well. Meanwhile, throughout all of this, Basherslice is actually sneaking out of base to the north. I don't know if Slayer has really noticed, but he could get away with it. Oh,
yeah. He really wouldn't take too much to split his army here for Slayer, would it? All right, fantastic flank here with the charge. So here, the Purification Nova's not getting too much done, but that was only 2 disruptors. Basherslice has a bunch more where that came from.
Exactly.
And it looks like he's gonna get away with this 5th base.
Yeah, again, like Slayer, he just didn't notice. Like looking at his vision, he had no idea that there was a Nexus going down there. And once again, all the tanks go down. It's just the bio here. Oh, he does regroup with 1 though.
Yeah, and that's gonna be a bit of a weak anchor, but an anchor nonetheless. Meanwhile, Basherslice really is diversifying the AoE, getting the Colossus out. And with Thermal Lance, it's honestly going to be much easier to take out the tanks from there. Does he have Thermal Lance, so he does.
He does. I mean, I've noticed that he is one to like get Thermal Lance like even well before he starts a Colossus. Like he just, you know, gets it preemptively, aware that he's gonna take into it.
Oh yeah, he's thinking 10 steps ahead. He is a surgeon for a reason.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's not a full moon quite yet. He's not a lumberjack, but despite
I think it was
that,
one 2 nights ago.
it's possible. Oh god. And again, like Slayer, he's being so aggressive here with a single tank. I don't know if this is what you want to be doing.
Oh, he's cutting back a little bit too much there. I feel like that army could have fought. Especially with that natural concave that was being given, but Slayer, I guess, just not confident against that many disruptors, which honestly, that's kind of surprising. He has shown us some real nice micro so far, so the fact that he was unwilling to take that engagement, that's, I don't know, maybe he's just worried about something?
I was about to say that he's playing very scared. Like he's respecting the Protoss army a lot, maybe too much.
Oh yeah.
Because every single time, like he keeps kiting back, he keeps exposing his tanks, and his tanks they keep going down like almost for free. You know, like you really need to defend them, and they become like they get you so much value. But yeah, the way he's been playing, like he doesn't like his medevacs, he doesn't like his tanks. He's all about that bio. He doesn't like
having a healthy bio army either. He's all about that stim.
Exactly.
Nice splits. But it does get hard to split Purification Novas. Against Purification Novas as you get to a choke point like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. So far, so good, though, from Slayer. He's been able to dodge the majority of them, and we'll see if he pounces on this army. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, that's always going to be a risk. I like that he's taking his 4th base behind us as well. Purification Nova getting a couple of units, but it is a free spell, so you may as well get what you can get. I thought it was going to be juicy, but yeah, not quite.
Ooh, yeah, not quite. I mean, it does shave away a couple of units here, but again, some decent disruptor shots, and like slowly over time, the Bioforce is getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah, it is. You know what else is getting light? It's getting redder and redder. And the medevac energy is getting lower and lower.
Yeah.
This is game 3 all over again.
All over again.
Well, not quite, as he did invest in the Liberators very early on this time.
Honestly, I like that change. Yeah?
I feel like the Liberators can be pretty hit and miss in a TVP, but yeah, I guess if you're a positional player, like Slayer seems to want to be, then that's absolutely the unit that you want. You cannot rely on your tanks for your or your mind to zone out your opponent, can you?
Yeah, like now that he has these liberators, they're gonna fare so much better than these tanks because again, like you have to rely on that anti-air to take them down. So, they're quite exposed though.
Oh, they're very exposed, and on top of that, they're pretty clumped up. A couple of storms could do wonders here, but I do like the positioning from Slayer. I feel like if High Templar were to try to storm that, it would also be just shot down.
Yeah, definitely, and here we go. We do see Ghostar on the way as well for Slayer. So again, I really like the way he's adapted and the way he's, composing his army. It's looking a lot stronger compared to the previous game.
Absolutely. Lip range is going to be finishing up as well here, and that's a lot of Liberators, 9 of them. And a single Liberator doesn't do too much, but they do scale really well, don't they?
Oh yeah, definitely, they do, and we'll see if, it looks like they were about to meet, but not quite. Slayer, he's just dancing right now. Both players are maxed out, and here we go, the ghosts are coming in as well.
Yeah, it's all going to be about these EMPs versus these storms versus these Purification Novas. Who can pop off their spells quicker and more effectively?
Oh yeah, and again, these Liberators are, getting some damage. They're picking off a Disruptor here and there.
Oh, that's a juicy storm. Not going to be quite enough to take out the Liberators, but they are very badly bruised. We only have a drop of DTs over in the main base of Slayer.
Yeah,
and we have a pause.
Oh, we did have a pause. It's all good. We're all good.
Thankfully, they were able to resolve their issue. One of the best I've ever played, man. I like that. A little bit of sportsmanship there.
Yeah.
They do admire each other. They're opponents, but they're not enemies.
Yeah, and the Storm, once again, like, that's the problem with the Slayer and his Liberator control. Like, he keeps munching them up. They keep being prone to things like Storm.
And now they're just completely taken out. No more zoning potential Slayer right now, and it's being backed into a choke point, which is not at all what you want with Bioterror, and a couple of storms go down, and this army is getting lower and lower and lower light.
Yeah, so much Bio gets taken out again. 15 SCVs. Ooh. The DTs are still going strong.
Yeah, what's the anti-air situation? Good enough is the answer to that. Another fantastic Nova, and honestly, Slayer, he can get back in this game. He can get back into an even position, but where does he go from there is going to be my question.
Yeah, honestly, like, his worker count isn't too far behind. It's just like his army, like, he needs the production to reproduce like everything that he's losing, and I don't know if he can do it fast enough at the rate that he's losing these units. Oh my god!
Even more Bio just goes down and down and down, and yeah, notice a Basherslice just trading so much more efficiently here.
Oh yeah, incredibly so. And now, like, he's kind of zoned his opponent out. Now that base to the north is so exposed, the planetary is going to be going down, and Slayer, he has to do something. He has to like, I don't know, maybe either engage the army,
he has to, like,
or just
come up with a new album. Just keep interest going.
Oh god, he needs to prove everyone that he's not washed up. It's not like his like time.
He needs to go on the metal cruise.
He does. He does.
Make people happy and also relax a bit. But a lot more Liberators are starting to come out, and I do think that that's going to be the key, or maybe not the key, but the start for Slayer to get back in this game.
Is Slayer a band or a person?
A band.
Okay, there we go.
I think it's a 4-piece band, question mark?
Okay.
About to say, we need 2 guitarists, 1 vocalist. One of the guitarists is a vocalist as well. And you got a bassist and a drummer. I could be wrong there.
Yeah, and I mean, to be fair, like, it's really difficult for Basherslice to engage into this army because there's so many liberation zones. So, because of that, Slayer, he can definitely hold on for quite some time, but I don't know if he can ever really be too aggressive. I think he's just kind of stuck, like, on the defensive.
Absolutely, and Basherslice is taking advantage of that, taking that rich Vespine base as his, or their 8th, question mark?
Yeah, 8th.
I got him, 8th. There we go. Yeah, now that Darking has left the chat, I can't do math anymore.
Oh god.
And yeah, Basherslice just posturing around, not wanting to get too ahead of himself there. Did find an opportunity, took out a couple of Liberators. Beautiful Purification Nova.
Oof, yeah, and I mean, again, like, Slayer, he's getting a little bit out-positioned. Oh.
A lot of something died there.
A lot
Slayer is
died.
Not far behind in terms of his army count, but just look at his bank light, look at his worker count. This is the last his last remnants, basically. This is his reunion tour, his final reunion tour.
I was about to say that it's quite possible that the way this game is going, we're gonna have to see Slayer go on that reunion tour in the next game, because he started off quite strong, you know, with the 2-0, but over time he just kind of ran out of steam, and we'll see if he still has it in him.
Yeah, the fans got really hostile, accused him of selling out, or them. I don't know, the gender.
Exactly, and I mean, to be fair, like, this wasn't the worst we've seen from Slayer. Again, like, he's done so much better compared to the previous game, but in the end, like, he just got, you know, like, Basherslice, he was just trading more efficiently, he was out positioning.
Slayer's stupid sister wants his Xbox.
Oh god, that was another pause there.
Yeah, thankfully that did get resolved. Maybe not quite a devil sister, but you know, still asking for your Xbox. That's just something.
Yeah, and it looks like the army of Slayer. Like, this may be the final engagement here. Again, like, he's kind of like this is everything. The main, it's not a main anymore. Like, there's nothing left.
Exactly, he's forced into that all in, and you know what? Honestly, he was kind of nudged into the all in earlier on, but now he's really forced to go for it. And he's got about one good engagement left in him. I see potential, but I don't see it being likely.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what he's going to be able to do here. He does have a decent amount of Liberators here, but again, they're all so low, so prone to a storm.
And yeah, they can manage to shoot out maybe 1 or 2 attacks before being taken out. There's just one Liberator left and not a lot of IO. GG is called, and Basherslice takes us to the ace match. Where's that reverse sweep? I'm feeling it, Light. I'm feeling the sweep.
Yeah,
in reverse. And you know what? And you know what that is, Light? It's also a Kirby enemy, the sweeper.
Sure, I'll have to take your word on that. But
literally dies if you walk into it.
GG. Basherslice ties it up 2-2, and mate, we're going to that ace match.
Ace match. All right. Honestly, like, it's hard for me to pick who to cheer for right now. I really like Slayer right now. He is, you know, he's not washed. He's got his Metal Cruise going on, you know, but also just the way he plays, and he's got a lot of variety with this sort of TVP. I'd also like to see another TVP, again, just a matchup I enjoy watching. But Basherslice, the Doctor, Lumberjack, fighting his way back here, clawing himself out from death. Yeah. I know. Is it a full moon tonight, Light?
We'll see. We'll see if we see that transformation. As you know, the way the series played out, it was almost like, oh my god, did like he lose his PhD? Like, what's going on right now? Like, he's down 0-2, but he was able to bring it back. And oh my god, I also don't really know how this goes. Like, Slayer, is he able to, like, does he have the mental fortitude to be able to, like, stand strong and, like, you know, maintain his composure and go into this, like, game number 5? Or, like, after losing 2 games in a row, like, how does that affect you, you know? Like, does it affect Slayer? Or, like, is he gonna be going on that reunion tour?
Well, you know what? Either way, Light, it's gonna be rain and blood.
In Africa?
Down in Africa, yeah. I honestly don't know any lyrics for that song. I know them for Africa, but Raining Blood is a song you recognize for, like, the opening riff and not much else. Well, okay, the what's it called? It's not called a beat. What's it? I used to know this, but it's like, you know, when you're playing the is it chord progression? Am I thinking of chord progression? Look. The rhythm guitar.
It's
very good. You know, rhythm guitars, they are underrated.
They are pretty underrated. And speaking of
that's
underrated,
that's why most of them end up doubling up as vocalists, just so they can get some recognition.
But you're gonna say most of them end up doubling up as lumberjacks to help pay the rent?
Yeah.
I'm ready to count us in.
Are you loaded in? Yeah. All right. I've been ready like 5 minutes ago. I was waiting for you.
I was waiting for you to finish your.
I was ready when we were. I was ready when we were in that game number 4. All right. Are we good? Are we good? Can I count? All right. 3, 2, 1, go. And we are now going to be loading on to the ace match, the final match of this best of 5 semifinals. The winner of this is going to go up to face Picur in that best of 7 finals. Who's it going to be like? It's all coming down to Eternal Empire Ile, where in the bottom left-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, we have the Teal Terran player coming out from the land of America. He is going to be playing for Alpha Black. This is his reunion tour, Light. This is... or their reunion tour. I do apologize for that. They are going to be Slayer.
I like how you apologize to the group, even though
I'm apologizing to the player because I don't know their gender.
God damn it. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Eternal Empire LE, we have the Protoss player, the blue Protoss player, representing the Grosu crew. It is Basherslice.
Real quick, I just want to clarify with Princess. I meant what I said was rhythm guitarists are underrated.
And Slayers as well, yeah.
Are they?
The SC2 team. I mean, they haven't been around for quite some time.
I mean, there's a reason for that.
It's true, it's true. Did you see Boxer was actually streaming the other day on Twitch?
Oh, was he? StarCraft 1 and 2?
Well, 1, obviously. what's he gonna be doing streaming StarCraft 2?
Look. He was an early adopter.
I like how we've been casting this guy all day today, and only now are we making reference to something actually StarCraft 2 related. It's also Slayers.
Listen, look. I'm a MMA boy.
Mm-hmm.
I block Slayers from my mind. It's all about Acer.
But MMA was on Slayers. Right?
Well, yeah.
That's where he made his name. That's how he got so like
maybe, popular. But he's an Acer boy.
I mean, he is. He is an Acer boy.
Along with innovation, he may be an SKT boy, but he's also an Acer boy.
He is. I will always see him as an Acer boy, as an Axiom Acer boy. And speaking of MMA and innovation, I mean, we'll be seeing what Slayer has to offer here in game number 3. He's not opting to go for that fast second racks.
Are you saying that he's going to help that drop? Is that what you're going to go into?
I mean, whatever it is, it's not what he's been doing in the past 2 games.
Yeah, this time going for something a bit more standard. It's actually going for a factory expand this time, so yeah, he's playing it really safe. Doesn't want to take any risk here on the ace match on Eternal Empire.
Yeah, and to be fair, like, I don't blame him. Like, I don't know if early pushes are necessarily the best thing on Eternal Empire, just because, I mean, for the most part, Basherslice has been on point with his scouting, and on Eternal Empire, he's going to have even more time to respond and get an army out to defend against the pushes. We've seen time and time again the 3 or 4 shield batteries ready and waiting at the natural, you know, the army there as well. So Slayer is switching things up here.
Yeah, I do like that a lot. I was trying to make a reference to like Slayer's rebranding or something, but they didn't rebrand, they just disbanded. Yeah,
unfortunately they couldn't get any sponsors. F's in the chat.
F.
And, oh, okay, yeah, we do have just a normal 1-1-1 coming out here. Again, you said factory expand. And interestingly, Basherslice still no Twilight Council. That's a decent amount of gateways for any kind of Twilight Council at all.
Yeah, which is odd to me. This sort of signals to me that he wants to play this out more defensively. He is getting the Twilight Council now, but I imagine if he gets Blink, then it's just going to be for dealing with things like mine drops and whatnot. He's not going to be blinking into the main anytime soon.
Yeah, it was... honestly, you're right in saying that it felt really safe to me, because like if a push came, he would have plenty of gateways to, you know, pump out more units. Like defensively, unlike, you know, a couple of times we saw in the previous series, Picur, there were moments, or there was, I think, a moment there where he only had like a single gateway for production because he had been so greedy with his tech. So yeah, Basherslice, he's not falling behind in terms of that gateway count, and we'll see if it is Blink.
Yeah, funnily enough, I'm feeling charged, like.
Oh.
I'm feeling charged, and you know, if there was, it's perhaps a little bit less popular nowadays, but I think Basherslice has sort of realized Slayer really likes going for that bio-tank kind of style, and one way of dealing with that is Charge the Archon.
Mate,
But
I mean,
it is going to be Blink.
it is going to be Blink, but he is working on that forge, and I imagine at some point we are going to see Charge eventually. You know, Charge lots, they are pretty good, especially against tank-based compositions. But yeah, I'll need to go for Blink first.
Boys are being pulled, like, boys are being pulled.
Oh.
And Slayer is moving across the map. This is the Clem build. I probably should have noticed that earlier on. But I haven't done it in a long time.
Oh, okay. And so far, just quickly checking the vision, I don't think Basherslice spotted the push out. Did he? Didn't he?
He had an observer. He had to.
Oh.
Maybe he doesn't know where it is now, but he had to have seen some movement there with the observer.
Yeah, I think the Stalkers were at the watchtower, so I think they may have been able to spot it. But regardless, the Stalkers, they are maneuvering around to face the army and force the tanks to siege up prematurely. Oh.
Or at least one of them light. As Slayer, he is splitting them up, leapfrogging them one by one. Still a little bit reluctant to build the bunkers, but can you really blame him? He's not in the position that he wants to build bunkers.
Yeah, and right now there are plenty of Stalkers. There's an Immortal, there's 3 shield batteries. You do see him slowly leapfrogging forward. There are the bunkers as well, and we'll see if they're able to finish up and if he's able to establish himself out here outside the natural.
It is really well done right now for Slayer, I gotta say. This is a really good position for all these tanks to be in. Maybe the bunkers are a little bit far back, you know, not really contesting too much, but there we go. Leapfrogging once again. He's bringing this back to game number 1. He realized what really went right for him this series, and it was having a bunch of bunkers, a bunch of tanks, and a bunch of bio. The 3 Bs.
Oh god.
Bio bunker tank.
Yeah, and the army kind of trickling in, not really in unison. All the zealots went down first, and then like the tanks were free to shell away at the Stalkers. So a little bit of wasted supply there, and I mean he's gonna try and break through this.
Yeah, you're really utilizing that battery overcharge when the tanks does go down. But I think a little bit of the unsung heroes right now, like, are the Banshees. They are really applying some really pelting away, sort of, maybe not really killing these units, but definitely cleaning up.
Oh god, but the tank, it looks like it will be going down. Meanwhile, there are a couple of reinforcements, so there is a reinforcing tank all the way to the back.
And getting out? I think that might be a misclick.
Okay, I think
it might be a misclick going on there.
Yeah.
Unless he turns into a Hellbat if he somehow is in an armory, but no.
It's like, oh my god, he is playing like MMA.
Oh, he's got a blue flame. There is a warpism here towards the north. There we go. It is in warp mode right now. So, yeah, flank is going to be pretty useful. But honestly, with this amount of bunkers out, Slayer, I'm not sure how many times I can really say this. His positioning has just been impeccable so far.
Oh yeah, we have the wall. It's tanks, it's bunkers. They're all full. And again, I'm curious to see if Slayer keeps reinforcing here, or if he decides to, like, you know, throw down a third. But no, he
doesn't charge.
Oh, he doesn't have charge.
He doesn't have charge. He only just started light. And the blink on top of the bunkers is very risky. These Immortals in the back they are the bunker buster unit, but not when there are that many of them and that many tanks as well. Battery overcharge being used once again, but that clock is slowly running out.
Yeah, and part of me feels like in that moment, Basherslice realized that he didn't have charge. Like, I think charge started as soon as the Zealots started moving in, where he noticed, like, oh god, that they didn't have speed.
Yeah, I feel like in that moment that Basherslice lost hope.
He realized what had happened and the mistakes that were made, and now, I mean, I don't think he's going to be able to break this. Like, after losing so much supply there, and not being able to break through the tank line, like, slowly but surely, Slayer, he should be able to push on through.
Oh, I really like this too from Slayer. Checking to see if there are any observers, and if not, then what is he going to do? Just continue to chip away at the shield batteries with cloaked Banshees, or actually that's not what he's doing.
Yeah, but right now, Slayer, I mean, Basherslice, I think he's waiting, he's going on in. Still
yeah, a little bit of mistiming once again. Charge just finished, but a little bit too late there. Bunkers are still well alive, despite the tanks being taken out. And again, these Banshees, where is the anti-air? They all fell down to the tanks earlier on.
Oh, God. And I mean, he's trying to warp into Stalker, but a single Stalker at a time. Like, the Banshees they've paid off so much for for themselves this game. Like, they've done so well. And even though the majority of the tanks went down, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. Like, he's okay, he's salvaging, he's actually backing off.
Yeah, he realizes that he did get the damage that he needed to done. He maybe didn't take out too many probes there. Yeah, only 2 of them went down, but 27 zealots. That's what, 2,700 minerals, a bunch of stalkers, and a couple of immortals. A lot of damage was done, and Basherslice was contained to 2 bases all this time.
Exactly.
There, he's just gonna be focusing on macroing up, getting his own 3rd base.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't stop like his own unit production. Like, if he focuses too much on his economy, then he may be caught off guard if Basherslice goes for a big 2-base all in. But at the moment, Slayer, like, look at that production tab. He's got everything on the way. He's finally got Stim on the way as well.
Contrast that to Basherslice's production tab.
Yeah, which is just non-existent. Oh boy.
That's a rip. It's a very big rip. A couple of more Banshees being made now. You know, we joked about this light, but yeah, this game Slayer did not make a single medevac. He is just making more and more Banshees.
I think he realized his mistake in the previous 2 games. Like, he realized, like, he kept trying to make the medevacs work and just not make.
Health was a mistake, wasn't it?
It was a mistake. Clearly.
So yeah, he's just going straight up for damage.
Yeah, and here we go. All of these Banshees going on in, forcing a recall as well.
Very nicely done, and the Banshees just back away a little bit and go in for round 2. Tank kill.
No!
Oh, you know what it was? It distracted the army. So 5 probes have gone down, but here comes the drop of Zealots in the natural base right now for Slayer. But yeah, honestly, Slayer has such a big bio army.
Yeah, like, this is nice. Like, this is what Basherslice needs to do. But the problem is, at the same time, like, the Banshees are just ruling supreme in the skies right now. There were only 2 stalkers, so they didn't even care. They just went straight up and fought the army. And oh god,
Slayer learned to fly.
He did. He learned to fly.
No.
Oh god, and we'll see how this game progresses, as we do have Temple Archives on the way. The robotics bay is already done as well. I'm still waiting for disruptors to come out. To be fair, like, because of the amount of Banshees, like, I don't know if that's necessarily the right move. I would almost love to see Slayer can throw down a tech lab on his 2nd starport and just mass Banshee. Like, why not? Just go for it.
Why not? Yeah, honestly, the AoE right now is going to be disruptors. You know, I mean, storms can hurt, but Banshees can also move, so it's not quite like Liberators. But it looks like Slayer's just going to go for it, which he absolutely should. He's doubled the army supply. He's in a fantastic economic position. Yeah. He can continue to reinforce this, and even if he doesn't outright win, that's 6 tanks, like.
Yeah, things were looking quite dire for Slayer in this series, but here in the ace match, he's pulled it together. He went back to his roots. You know, where they began.
Went back to their roots. They didn't do any of these experimental kind of pop-ish sort of sounds. Nah, they went hardcore once again.
Exactly. Once again, no medevacs, so every stim hurts, but he doesn't even care. This is where
hardcore.
Exactly.
That's metal.
That's what he's known for. That's metal.
Metal. And now,
oof.
3rd base is going to be going down 1. Again, I'm not sure how many times you can really say this, but yeah, Basherslice not in a good economy whatsoever. But a multi-prong going on right now, really making use of the Banshees.
Yeah, the Banshees are going to be able to take out that Templar Archives if they focus it down. And meanwhile, the main army of Basherslice is looking to go on in. The tanks are exposed. Oh.
The tanks are very exposed. Even a Raven out here right now for detection. Because, I mean, it's not going to be able to disable anything or throw down an anti-armor missile. There just stims on forward. The Banshees have been taken out. And that's definitely a start. Disable on the Disruptor.
Wow.
Good game. Well played. And Slayer, he made it rain blood. He is moving on to the grand finals. Going to be facing Picur in another TVP. This time, though, in a best of 7.
Oh boy, and Yaku, you know, going into tonight, I was like, yo, it's just 3 series. We'll be fine. It'll be fine. We have finally made it to the grand finals of NA Contender. And
it's the best of 7.
It's the best of 7, mate. Oh boy, I'm going to be so screwed for DreamHack.
Woo!
Oh god, I was like, you know what? We're starting this at like 5 p.m. It'll be fine. We've got 5 hours to get through this before DreamHack. Oh boy.
See, that's why I said maybe hold off on the other division first.
Oh no, 100%. I was fine with just doing this one, but man, these games, they've gone on for quite some time. They've just been so close, and now we're getting into that grand finals. We've had nothing but TVPs today. Yeah. But mate,
it's quality over quantity today.
Exactly. Yeah.
We only had 4 players enter, but man, oh man, those are some interesting games.
Yeah, and we kind of have to go back to where it all started, right? Back to that Canada versus USA.
Well, I mean, when we first started covering NA Contender, the finals was Canada versus Canada, but yeah, I guess that was a little bit of Canada versus USA before the grand finals. Yeah, because that's why it was so surprising, because people thought that it's like Canada never made it to the finals before in NA Contender, but in NA Contender 2020 season 2, just one, but 2, and that's when it started, was a new era.
Yeah, that's where it started. That's when the new era, the new dynasty, if you will, and oh boy,
the Maple Dynasty.
The Mabel's Dynasty?
Yeah, the Mabel's Dynasty.
There you go. All right, Yaku, when you're ready, we can begin this best of 7. All
right, let's jump in it then. In 3, 2, 1. We are now here on Ice and Chrome LE. Hashtag where's the Chrome? The Chrome isn't there. Iced coffee is going to be your answer to that. In the top right-hand corner of the map, starting all the way in the top right-hand corner of the map, we have the Teal Terran player coming out for the land of America. He is looking to reclaim the former glory of them Stars and Stripes. He wants to. Oh wait, am I gonna have to do another Twitter picture if Slayer wins this?
Yes, 100%. If Slayer wins, oh yes, because it'll be the end. It'll be the end of the Canadian reign.
All right, I have a bit of an idea. Mm-hmm. He is gonna be representing Alpha Black. We have Slayer.
Oh, and you have a guitar as well. You can, mate.
I do.
There's a lot of potential there.
I'm not writing a song if that's what you want.
No. That's
I'm not.
That's not where I was going at all. You're like, but I could write a song. I was like, no.
There's a music shop near where I live now. I haven't been able to get strings in like months.
God. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ice and Chrome LE, we have the Canadian Protoss player, the Purple Protoss, representing Archangel Gaming. It is Picur. And it's been so long, Yaku. What happened in Picur versus his opponent?
Kirby.
That's what happened.
I think somebody tried to eat. Oh yeah, no, Kirby tried to inhale, right? But then there was also a Kirby animated series. I don't remember what happened in it.
Oh my god, there was?
A long time ago. There was. I think there were like 2 or something, but I only watched one of them.
Yeah, I mean, if I recall, I believe there was some proxies. There was some cheese on cheese action.
Right. There was a 3-Rex proxy.
Yeah.
Coming out from Kirby. Picur also had a proxy gate versus a 3-Rex, was it?
Yeah, it was on submarine.
From on submarine. That was a double gas build. It was 3-Rex with a factory.
Yep.
You also had Picur
be very aggressive with Blink Stalkers.
Yeah, that was also one of them. In fact, I believe he did that twice.
He did. That was his go-to opener, and we do see that coming to fruition here, as this time off of one gateway we have that Twilight Council on the way, so looking to get Blink as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And we will see how Slayer can respond to this, because so far he hasn't really gone in for a scout quite yet. He did see that it was, the Nexus was going down and whatnot, but he hasn't seen the tech. And yeah, I mean, Slayer has been pretty aggressive today. I would hope that he whips that out here against Picur, because I feel like Picur's greed with his tech can be punished a little bit, especially early on. We'll see.
Yeah, definitely. So, but I mean, you know, the position that Slayer is in right now, it's not too. I mean, it's pretty defensive. Even almost able to take out the Adept there.
Yeah, almost. That did get into the natural, only able to pick off a Marine, so nicely done.
Is it gonna go down line? Is it gonna shade out? It didn't shade out. One more second.
Didn't shade out, and that means, you know, no more scouting for picur. He wasn't really able to get into that main base. But to be fair though, I don't know if he cares too much about what his opponent is doing. Oh, the Reaper does get into main, and he does spot the Twilight Council.
He does, and now that's the only thing on his mind right now. What does he scout? He doesn't scout that many gateways either. Just the ones in the natural and the ones in the main, which aren't a lot individually, but actually are a decent number eventually. So, yeah, Slayer, he's going to have to reconsider how he's going to approach this. Where is he going to position his army units?
Exactly, and speaking of army units, like, I love what Slayer's doing. He's doing something that we haven't seen him do before. He's going for that Hellion drop to the south of the map. And I mean, I want some hope for it. I want it to do well, but the problem is that there's already some Stalkers in the main.
He really is playing like MMA slash innovation here. Well, innovation wasn't the Slayers, but close enough. He was an acer.
He really was, and here we go. The Stalkers are in position, and oh god,
Link just finished.
Yeah, he actually unloads.
Just need the Hellions, and he had the Hellions to make it out. Blinks on top of this. There is one volley left on these Hellions, and only 3 probes being taken out. That was that's a little unfortunate for Slayer there.
Yeah, like, regardless of what was coming, like, there were Stalkers in position, whether it would have been a Widowmine drop or Banshee or what have you. In the end, it was something a little bit, you know, out of the ordinary. It was a Hellion drop. He did kill 4 pros, but again, that's not really what you want for 3 Hellions.
Absolutely not. It's a pretty hefty investment, and, you know, at the very least, you can try to say, well, maybe Slayer gets a bit of scouting done, but he didn't. He doesn't see anything that he didn't see before, and actually didn't see the Robo facility.
Yeah, that he did not, and now picur is on the offensive. He has his Warp Prism, he has Blink on his Stalkers, he's ready to go, and sure, like, there is a bunker here in the natural. There is a single tank in the main, but I mean, there are definitely ways to deal with damage
coming out
here.
to the natural, but they're not going to be sieged up in time. Repair could not come in quick enough. And with the bunker out, picur just going to be looking to rotate around, maybe Blink right on top of the main.
Yeah, this is the difference between Slayer and Kirby, right? Kirby in this situation would have had like 3 bunkers already, like with 2 tanks here, only 1 bunker, and it's in the natural, and the main is a little bit exposed.
It is very much so exposed. Blinks right on top as the turret in a little bit of an unfortunate position there.
Oh, he's getting on top of the tank.
Tank gets taken out. The warp is starting to get low, but not quite enough. The Marine count being just absolutely taken out. Oh no, these SCVs, they want to provide a buffer, but the tank is actually blocking the ramp there. They're gonna have to settle for repairing.
Yeah,
Not another Marauders out.
Yeah, a bit of unfortunate positioning there by that tank, just blocking everyone into the natural. But yeah, as you said, the push was eventually pushed away. In saying that though, picur, he's continuing to warp in more and more Stalkers. He's transitioning as well. You know, we've got charge lots on the way. We've got a Forge, we've got Immortals, and that 3rd base.
If a push gets denied, can you say that it was a pull? It's the opposite. Can you say that you know, the player tried to push, but the other opponent pulled?
Oh god. Wow, okay, this is
a lot of targets going in there. A little bit of an A move, but they do manage to snipe off that tank.
Yeah, they do. Meanwhile, behind this, I'm very surprised we don't have +1 on the way. Instead, we have +1 armor on the way. You don't normally see that.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume that this means the Warp Prism does get taken out, and I would assume that this means that picur wants to transition to more of a melee-focused army, right? Trying to get some Zealots, maybe DTs, because the focus there would just be keep the units alive until they can connect, right? That's why in a ZVT, like, don't you normally go for armor first?
This is true. This does help a lot against like a lot of bio because of how many shots that do go off. Yeah, it's just quite interesting because typically you do see zealots with +1 just so that they can, once they get on top of the army, they can deal more damage. But at the same time, +1 armor also helps them actually get on the army, right? So there's
exactly.
Yeah.
And plus, with a lot of tanks, you want that friendly fire, and you don't want to die just yet. So yeah, I like it. I like getting the +1 from picur.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's something that you didn't see too often, but it makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, kind of like pull. Makes sense.
God damn it, Yaku. Alright, it looks like for the most part, Slayer, he is, dealing with these stalkers. Again, it was huge that the Warp Prism got sniped. Once that happened, like, the aggression was basically shut down by picur. In saying that, he does have a second Warp Prism, and it is over to the top left-hand corner of the base. We'll see if anything happens with that. We'll see if eventually it does dive on in. And yeah, things are kind of slowing down a little bit as both players are just macroing up.
Indeed, they are. Slayer wanted to go for a push earlier, but his medevac did get taken out, and yeah, he's over-simming his bio a little bit too much once again. So he's gonna have to wait for this other round of medevacs before going for it, which is pretty worrisome. He wanted to hit at a timing that would really hit picur before he could get much infrastructure up, but now he's on 11 gateways, a lot of chargelets. This is a scary-looking army from picur.
Yeah, this is a terrifying looking army to be fair. And yes, Slayer, as you said, he only has a single medevac. Like he just I don't know what it is. He just doesn't like him. He just doesn't want him. They're beneath him.
Well, he was up against a doctor last game, so maybe he had a little bit of
true.
A whatchamacallit.
A bit of a phobia, a bit of a distrust to the medical sciences, if you will.
Yeah.
As you know, the doctor, he was operating on him with an axe.
He's fine with lumberjacks, though.
He's fine with the jacks, not so much with the doctors. Oh.
Alright, Stalker's being taken out right there, but picur, he knew that the time for them to be useful is up. As right now he's transitioning to actually immortal chargelet. So his priority right now is really to take out the tanks, but there's not really much of an opening for him right now.
Yeah. I mean, the Zealots
actually...
Yeah,
the Zealots do finally connect, but this force field actually working against picur's favor as vast majority of the army stays alive. I like to even unsiege a tank to prevent friendly fire from going off.
Exactly, and as we saw, even though everything's being overstimmed, it doesn't even matter. There's just not enough here, and it was a bit of an unfortunate positioning. Everything's dying, everything gets depowered.
And Slayer raining blood once again.
Taking game number 1.
Yeah. Of 7.
Just gotta slip that reminder in there. It is a best of 7.
Yeah, mostly using it to remind you, like.
Yeah. All right, as we are getting ready and set up for game number 2. And yeah, like it was just really unfortunate the positioning from picur because we saw that he had like these 2 immortals, but like the zealots were just not in position to like be the buffer for them. So immediately the immortals went down. And it was like, well, now it's just pure zealot,
Yeah. And I mean, zealots are good. They're not that good.
Yeah. They definitely need something else to them. You can't just go pure zealot like that.
Yeah, I mean, you could try.
I mean, he did try. he did try.
He got some immortals out. I mean, the immortals, they get taken out pretty earlier on. Really nice target firing coming out from good old Slayer, but yeah, pure zealot was what he was left with. Didn't work out too well.
Yeah, definitely. And Slayer, being the aggressive Terran we know him to be, it was really cool to see him, actually push out and slay, even if you will.
Queen. Yeah, yes, Queen. Oh yeah, Queen is in the band, wasn't it?
It was.
Oh, that's why they'd be like Queen, slay.
And speaking of Queen, whenever you're ready, Yaku.
That's those are players.
Go for it.
All right, in 3, 2, 1, go. And we are now going to be loading in onto Everdream, ideally Edle. We're in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in the bottom left-hand corner of the map. We have the teal Terran player coming out from the land of America. He is going to be playing for Alpha Black. already up 1-0 in this best of 7 series. Can he carry that momentum with him? He is looking to reclaim the honor of the America and become that Canada breaker. His name reflects that. We have Slayer.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Everdream LE, we have the I almost said American, the Canadian Protoss player representing Archangel Gaming. It is picur.
Oh man, that would have been great, but I only now remember how it goes. In the first semifinals, so should have just gone. No, wait. How does it go?
What?
I'm trying to think of what happens when you get the game over screen in a Kirby game. I only remember the victory screen where he's like. What? How does the defeat screen go? It goes something like.
I feel like if you did that, we would have been. The VOD would have been.
Nintendo would have been on us.
Oh yeah, we all know how Nintendo is with their copyright strikes, right? Like, we don't want to be a part of that. Meanwhile, speaking of striking, we have picur going for that proxy pylon.
Yeah, keeping that probe in there, so he's gonna go for something. Waited for the. There it is.
He's doing it.
He waited for that Cybercore to finish up, and now we know why. That is a Stargate getting pumped out with the shield battery. And I gotta ask you, like, Void Ray or Tempest? I want to say Tempest.
Void Ray, mates. This is it. This is happening. And to be fair, this will be our way to find out whether the finals were played on the newest patch or not.
Well, I believe they were played out last week, if I'm not wrong, and yeah, that was about when the Void Ray patch went live in the middle of NA qualifiers.
Yeah, so it's a little bit hard to tell. I mean, we'll see as soon as the Void Rays come out to see if they just zoom on by or not. But yeah,
you never know. Maybe you got Flux Veins.
It's possible.
There we go. Void Ray's coming out. Void Ray's coming out with plenty of shield batteries.
Yeah, and Slayer, I mean, he did go for a scout earlier, and he did count the pylon, so he knows that there is something out on the map. He does have a bunker over in the natural. He scans as well just to make sure.
Here's the thing that worries me though, like he knows that something's out on the map, but he hasn't gone for scouting for that. And yeah, he's getting his bunker in his natural base, but that's not gonna help him at all, is it?
No, it is not. Meanwhile, the Adept, it is dealing some damage to the Marines. So far, decent damage.
Getting them to the red, which...
Yeah, some nice micro there by Slayer, able to pull the Marines back and not losing any. But here we go, the Void Ray's in.
Void Ray's zooming. The Void Ray's zooming, like...
It's zooming!
And these Marines are so low. Hey, Void Rays, honestly, they do surprisingly take a while to kill light units, but when it's literally one shot left, that doesn't really take much.
Yeah, and we've seen this opener, this build become quite prominent in the past couple of weeks, you know, this proxy Void Ray with shield barriers to support. There's already 2 Void Rays out, and once this Cyclone comes out, it's going to be focused down.
That it is, as will that Viking. The Marines are slowly but surely being taken out. Really good kiting though with Cyclone. One more hit. The Void Ray does go down, but the Cyclone is so low and is running out of space to kite here, Light.
Yeah, but now that the Viking is out, the Viking is distracting him, so it does buy enough time for the Cyclone to get repaired to full health. The Viking, of course, will go down, but there is still that Cyclone. If it locks on, it should be able to take out that Void Ray.
Well, should being the key word. It will depend a lot on the kiting here with the lock-ons as well. So they're not even bothering to make that remake that tech lab. He is instead going to go for that other anti-air unit, the Widow Mines. But no, is that too much DPS from that Void Ray? It's too much. And with that, that was just about the final stand for Slayer.
Yeah, there is a Widow Mine, and it almost takes out one of the Void Rays, but almost is not enough. We have 2 Void Rays here. It just goes back, it recharges its shields, and because the tech lab went down, like there's no second Cyclone.
GG. There we have it. picur tying up that series sideways, 1-1, fighting back, showing us that Canada will not be going down without a fight.
That it will not, and Oh boy! Now that we know that the finals were played on the newest patch, I'm a little bit worried now for Slayer. Like Picur, he could just whip that out a couple of times. the proxy void ray.
I'd like to see a couple of Tempests here and there, maybe with the upgrade, but that's late game, innit? And we don't have time for late game, do we, Light?
Hey, let me introduce you to a player called Turkey Dano. He in the tournament we casted yesterday, he went proxy void ray into proxy tempest.
I'm surprised Turkey Dano was the one and not Paco Mike.
Well, Paco Mike.
Well, you never know. Paco Mike probably would have done something like that. Just we haven't seen it live.
Yeah, he would do something like that off of like 2 bases though. It wouldn't be like a 1 base all in or anything.
Yeah, it would be a 2 base all in, which is very different.
All right, here we go. It looks like game number 3 is going to be on Pillars of Gold.
LE.
Oh boy! And now that Slayer he's been proxied once, do you think he's going to be the one to whip out the cheese, or do you think he's just going to stick with what he knows, like stick with what we've seen? I should say.
I think he's going to get to. I think he's going to have to either be at a really good advantage or really desperate to whip out them proxies. Just based on the game I've seen, just based on the game or the series that we've seen in that semifinals, Slayer, he strikes me as a very cautious player. Or they strike me as a very cautious player.
And speaking of, hey, count us in.
All right, in 3, 2, 1, go. We are now here on Pillars of Gold. LE holding up the Golden Wall. LE protecting the Eternal Empire. LE, of which the LE submarines that we live in are hidden. In the bottom left-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the bottom left-hand corner map, we have the Teal Terran player coming out from the land of America, looking to take back what is his country's honor. He is going to be representing Alpha Black. We have the player who's going to make it rain blood, Slayer.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Pillars of Gold, LE, we have the Canadian Protoss player, the Purple Protoss, representing Archangel Gaming. He is Picur.
You know what, like, now with Steel reminding me of the other song in chat here, you know what I miss? Music intros for players.
Yeah. I mean, I think we all do. That's why, I don't know if you remember this, way back when, 3 years ago, we used to have them
we did.
For SDO.
For select players that were like our regulars and whatnot. I remember you had Macarena, I think.
I remember Itachi had like a Naruto theme. I think one of the best ones was the Protovist had the CSI opening.
Yeah. Yeah,
exactly. It would just be that scream, and then we'd intro him in. It was great. It
really was. I remember the show match between Phoenix Tears and Phoenix Normal. And I don't remember which one, but one of them had the Skyrim theme and the other had the Game of Thrones theme.
Yeah. It was Del Dutch Gods had the Skyrim one, I'm pretty sure, because he's more
Nordic.
Nordic.
There we go.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. It was great. Those are the days.
But then we had to get serious.
Then we got sued.
Then Twitch changed their copyright guidelines, actually.
Yeah.
I have a feeling we wouldn't be able to get away with them nowadays, even if we licensed it.
Yeah, maybe one day. Maybe one
it's
day
just
we'll be able
super complicated.
Maybe one day we'll be able to license it. I don't know. We'll see. Or make our own
music.
music.
Till then, we're just gonna have to rely on milk.
And no one wants that. No one wants that. Oh boy, as we do see this game getting underway, you know, the Reaper being annoying across the map, not quite getting any kills, but you know, just poking away, chipping away at them probes.
Yeah, gets a decent scout off here, you know, knows that there's a natural base. Doesn't quite see the Twilight Council going off, but again, Gateway Core, that is the 1-1-1 of Protoss. Slayer shouldn't be too worried about what's following up from that. Just, he doesn't have to be worried about what's being followed up, but just if or being able to. Where am I going with this? Being able to defend against whatever he could go throw at him.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean.
Definitely. I mean, he's going to be going in with his Reaper for that second scan. It looks like he should be able to spot the Twilight Council if he goes all the way. There he goes. There he goes. He sees it.
Nicely done.
So even though like he didn't necessarily have to spot it, like, you know, he does have that security knowing exactly what his opponent is going for. Oh, actually the Adept commits to the Shade. I think it may not be long for this world. It's going to try and escape. Well,
it was a valiant effort. But man with gun.
It's pretty good. And because of that, because the Adept went out, because he committed to the Shade, he won't be able to see any of this production being thrown down right now. And yeah, we have, you know, 2 more Raxes. We've got the engineering base. So this is kind of what we know Slayer for. You know, he doesn't make a lot of medevacs. Makes very few actually, but he does make a lot of bio.
That he does. He's going to be trying to hit with a very strong 1-1 timing. Or not 1-1 timing, sorry, just +1 timing, as it'll take too long to get 1-1. But yeah, I'm real curious as to how he decides to use his Liberator. There are kind of 2 ways a turn player can go about this. Either send it across the map to harass, or keep it and utilize it in a sort of with your push with the tanks and the Marines.
Oh god. And someone is asking about the sponsor. We had a weekly tournament that was sponsored by Dare Iced Coffee. It was an ESL tournament.
It technically wasn't ours either.
Yeah.
We just casted it for ESL.
It was ours.
It was ours deep down.
It was ESL partnered with an iced coffee sponsor.
I guess.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just going to say, maybe we should specify it was ESL Australia.
Yes, ESL Australia.
A bit more autonomous.
And they only sponsored the event for 20 weeklies. So those 20 weeklies are up. They are finished. So yeah, unfortunately that partnership has come to an end, at least for 2020.
Much like that Liberator.
Much like that Liberator. F's in the chat.
Wait, does that mean that next year they're going to do it for 21 weeks?
Oh, maybe.
And it's all coming together.
It's all coming together. But yeah, I mean, you know, Dare, they didn't just sponsor those weeklies, they also sponsored ANZ Champs, which was like the spin-off of DreamHack for the Australia region. So yeah, hopefully they do come back and they, you know, they enjoyed working with ESL, so maybe they're able to make something together. Meanwhile though, picur, he has quite a lot of stalkers here outside the natural.
Indeed he does. Doesn't quite have the vision on that main base, but he's just trying to see what he can get done right now, as there's no repairs on this bunker, and it does go down, but picur, he's got to be very careful not to overstay his welcome.
Ooh, that he does, but again, he's just trading against bio units. Stim only just about to finish up after he lost so many Marines.
Yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate there. But at the very least, you can say this about Slayer. He's held, and he's got 2 tanks out. He's going to be in a pretty good defensive position, no matter where picur decides to blink into. But I get a bit of flashback slide. I'm getting a bit of flashbacks to picur versus Kirby game number 1. Slayer, let's see how scared he'll be of these stalkers, as he's already made his 3rd base. Is he going to just stay contained on 2, or is he going to break out pretty soon?
Yeah, it's quite possible that he just, you know, stays contained until, I mean, +1 is about to finish up. Once he has that, maybe he'll be a little bit more confident pushing out and dealing with the stalkers. He has to be careful not to be caught on siege, though.
Siege light. Exactly. That tank already pops down. And that's exactly what picur wants. Getting a little bit greedy here, trying to go for the CC.
Yeah,
but he does back away. And if you're picur right now, you just want to get incremental damage, don't you? You just want to take out a tank at a time, a couple of marauders here and there, and just prevent Slayer from expanding or pushing. Meanwhile, he's getting that 3rd base up.
Yeah, he's containing his opponent and he's taking full advantage of that, expanding, taking up, getting that robotics facility, +1 on the way along with his forge. So picur, he's just, you know, spending his money quite efficiently here. Meanwhile, Slayer, he's still stuck on these 2 bases. His upgrades are finished up for the most part, so I'm just waiting for the moment where he feels like, you know, he has enough to push out and break this contain, and it looks like that may be coming up soon. Again, he's lacking in medevacs, but like he's not really one to go for them. So anyway, so
yeah, he is hardcore like that.
Yeah,
and I mean, you know, his 2 medevacs are out of energy.
They're already out of energy. God damn it.
Yeah, well, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes, and sometimes you gotta stim for it like this. Blinks away, picur does, and he is just running all the way back. Kind of easy to do when your opponent doesn't have concussive shells, and yeah, picur just gotta work on getting a good defensive setup. I think he realizes that that Slayer is going for that counterattack. 5 tanks out right now, like.
Jesus.
Or no, I think it's 6 tanks.
Yeah,
no,
right
5.
now,
I was right the first
Slayer,
time.
he's a little bit out of position because we do see the Warp Prism is trying to find a way in. Oh, but there are missile turrets in position. Oh,
very nicely.
Wow.
Whoa.
That was beautifully done. Like, I didn't even know if Solar noticed that happened. Sorry, Slayer noticed that happened.
He's assimilating.
Like, he's assimilating, and yeah, like he may not even notice that the missile turrets did their job and he got so much value out of them. But you know, now he's free to push out.
He very much so is, and with this amount of bio out, with that amount of tanks, with +1, it's really a matter of where he decides to fight, and not so much of if he decides to fight.
Yeah, and we'll see. I mean, again, just purely gateway units. There is one Colossus, but Extended Thermal Lance, it's not quite done yet, so there is an opportunity here for Slayer to push on through.
Yeah, but again, he's being very cautious right now. He's just trying to set up a siege line. There we go, drop into the main, and this is going to force either the army to walk into tank range or die.
Or walk into tank range.
Yeah.
We'll see, as it looks like
one Colossus out right now.
Oh, it's so vulnerable though. But it looks like it will push the drop away.
Indeed, it did. Yeah, this is such a good position for Slayer to camp on. It's maybe not the best because he's not really applying pressure on any of these bases right now, but he has the opportunity to do so with the main base, doesn't he?
Honestly,
dropping in and out.
Yeah, because so much of the army's at the third base, part of me wants Slayer to just doom drop, like pick up as much as he can, just go into the main base. Because like there's a single stalker, like there's no anti-air, like really.
I mean, does he have the medevacs for it? I think is the question.
That's the big question.
That's the Slayer that we're talking about.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
He's actually got a bunch now, about 7.
Yeah, really odd here. Like this isn't really the Slayer that we know. Like he's actually got a decent medevac count.
There's actually Anthrax.
Is that another band? Is that?
Yeah, it's another metal band I'm not familiar with. Yeah.
Oh, he's unsieging. He's slowly pushing on forward. The thing is, because he's taking so long, like picur has like bought enough time to just continue to warp in more and more units, get more and more Colossus out.
Pardon me there. Yeah, it's a lot easier for picur to defend now, and here comes a really good concave with all the Marines and the Marauders, but they're a little bit away from tank range. And these extended thermal lances really showing what they can do, but now that the buffer has all but been taken out, Slayer still in a bit of a precarious position right now, but the Colossus are looking so vulnerable. And this is so really nicely done. The tanks are all in range. He's basically split the army of picur in 2 right now. A lot of probes going down. The stalkers just evaporate. GG is called, and Slayer takes game number 3 of this best of 7. Now almost at best of 4, but it's a best of 7.
Best of 4?
Well, you know how in Gold Series Team League you have the best of 2?
Yeah, we got, but yeah, it's like that times 2. Yeah.
Exactly. Wait, yeah, times 2. I was gonna go with +2, but yeah, times 2 also works.
GG. Slayer is able to take the game, and he's he's up in the series. He's got a little bit of momentum going for him. Yeah, and I guess the question is, what is he gonna do with this momentum? Is he gonna just say, heck it, I'm gonna proxy every game from now on? Yeah. You know what he's gonna do. An agreement? He's making medevacs. That's what he's doing. Yeah, he's free to experiment. He's made enough money from touring and album sales that now, they're able to do whatever they want. Yeah, and you know what? The people like it. Yeah. They like when they're not held down by the label. I like how I'm insinuating that Alpha Black is like a record label. Yeah, so we're Slayer's up 2-1, right? Yeah. Yep, Slayer is up 2-1. Okay, cool. We literally just talked about momentum there. Yeah. I knew he had momentum. I just didn't know how much. Did you know that that Kuro called me to wake me up for the cast?
I figured.
Oh god, it was great.
It was. You'd have to wake her up later on as well.
Exactly. All right, Yaku, whenever you are.
All right, we are now going to be loading in on 3, 2, 1, go. Here we are now on Def Aura. And wait, maybe I can do like a metal voice for this, right? Because Def.
Go for it.
No, Def Aura.
That's not what I was thinking at all. That was not.
We gotta go with Def Aura. LE.
Who is it?
Gonna be coming down in the bottom right hand corner of the map. He is the teal Terran player. Gonna be representing Alpha Black. He is coming out from the land of America. Now up 2-1 in this best of 7. He only needs 2 more to be able to become the new NA Contender Season 4 Division 2 champion, as well as reclaim his country's honor by hunting down the Avatar. We have Slayer.
Is hunting down the Avatar another like song name?
It should. It really should, honestly. Bands, get on that. You can tell it.
Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Death Aura LE, we have the Canadian Protoss player. He's here to make his country proud. Can he live up to his legacy behind him? You know, all the other Canadians who have taken the championship. Can he do it here today in this best of 7? In these finals, we have representing Archangel Gaming, it is Picur.
I'm very confused right now. Princess is saying turtles.
I don't know. Did one of us say turtles?
Darking went to bed.
Darking did go to bed, and you know what Slayer's doing right now? He's going for the gas steal.
He's a Terran player going for a gas steal light.
What a guy!
Oh, what a guy!
Oh,
this is why you gotta be super hype.
You know what he is? He has such a big brain right now. Like, very few Terrans do this. Where is Karen right now? We need to send him this replay. This is how you take a finals in style, going for that gas steal.
Exactly. You know, this is Slayer really saying, I've got momentum, kid. You know, I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, he's whipping out the special tactics right now, and you know, he's even being annoying with this SCV. We'll be able to see if the Reaper actually gets a probe.
And he does. Man, Slayer just slaying his way through this opening, isn't he? Picur. Gotta be at least a little bit thrown off his game.
Oh yeah, he be shook right now. Like, he doesn't know what's going on. There was a gas steal, the SCV almost killed the probe. The Reaper comes in for that weakened probe, may be able to get it, but does not.
Yeah, unfortunate. Really good surround there by the probes.
Yeah,
even
and
with the KD8 charge.
We'll see if Slayer actually managed to click on the building, because he did spot the Stargate. Did he click on it though? I mean, there was a lot of chaos going on. It's very possible that he clicked on it, and that's why he lost the Reaper, because he wasn't macroing his Reaper to do that. I'm not too sure. But yeah.
Well, we're gonna see if he makes a Cyclone or not. So there's no way for him to make turrets right now.
Oh, we'll see. He has the tech lab on the factory. There it is.
There it is. He clicked. He clicked. Why did I even doubt him? Like,
exactly.
This is Slayer that we're talking about.
Yeah.
They produce quality.
Nothing but quality, and you were questioning him like, oh my god, he lost his Reaper, this is why, and it was worth it. It was for that scouting information. He knows the Oracle is going to be on the way, or something coming out from that Stargate, so making sure he's safe. Ooh, but he does leave the supply depot down, and the Adept does make it into the main.
Yeah, but again, really good surround here with the SCVs. I have a feeling it won't be quite as potent as when the probe surrounded the Reaper, but actually it was even more potent.
Yeah, he only lost one SCV to that. I was very surprised. I felt like, oh my god, you don't want to be doing that to an Adept, but it was good.
Yeah, I guess that really does show you how much slower the attack is when you don't have glaives, doesn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. It goes to show, like, SCVs, pretty good. They were able to take it down. Meanwhile, surprisingly, we do see no oracles. He is going for a more Phoenix-based army composition, which can do well against tank pushers. We've seen time and time again. Against time, even, if you will, Phoenixes go in and like pick up and absolutely just neutralize the tanks of the Terran player.
Yeah, I've seen that, yeah. And especially when you're going Immortals to have a backbone behind this, you really have the defensive buster composition, don't you?
Yeah.
With Phoenix Immortal.
Definitely, and I mean the scan does reveal that there are already 3 Phoenixes out, so I mean Slayer, he is aware, he knows that he has to focus a lot more on that anti-air and he has to babysit his tanks, but here we go, the Phoenixes are pushing out.
He's gotta be feeling at least a little bit relieved though that there's not any oracles going to come in his way.
True. Yeah, he's going to be feeling like a lot more safe and secure, able to just, you know, drone up, SCV up, if you will. And the Phoenixes, they're here looking to find some damage. Oh, the tank.
And there we go, tank gets lifted up, but Phoenixes take a long time to kill a tank. They are beefy armor units. One Phoenix already goes down, and I got worried for a second because the Cyclone was locked on a different Phoenix, but now we see why. It goes down and picur. Yikes.
Yeah, I mean, we were all thinking it. He said it. Yikes. He lost 2 Phoenixes for free. All he did was deal damage to a tank, and that can just be repaired. Like, that was
but it's not being repaired, is it, Light? And here we go. No SCVs being sent with this push, but a medevac being rallied there. This is not your standard bunker stimless push. This is a push with stim, without bunkers, and eventually there's going to be a medevac, but not quite yet.
Exactly. Regardless, this is going to hit hard, especially because picur, he invested in that Stargate, and like for what? For losing 2 Phoenixes? Like for free, essentially? I mean, to be fair, he does have a couple more Phoenixes, so he can still CC the tanks. We'll see how he is able to engage his Terran army, though.
Yeah, and he really does need to buy himself some time, doesn't he? Because he's trying to go into his extended thermal lance Colossus, which is just about perfect, honestly. This is a pure marine tank composition with one Cyclone. Thermal lance Colossus. This is their dream. This is absolutely what they want to face, but yeah, it's going to be a while before that pops out.
Yeah, definitely. We do have 1 Colossus already done, but as you said, Extended Thermal Lance is only just about to be halfway done. It's not going to be ready in time for this push, and we'll see what Slayer does here. Again, it's so juicy to go over and like deny that third, but like if you expose your tanks, then the Protoss army will just jump on top of it.
Yeah, they really will. That's why you do have to babysit them a little bit more in this particular matchup. But the Marines are starting to go for it. I think they realize that there's no thermal lance on those Colossus, so let's try to take advantage of that by chipping away at a couple of these buildings. Drop getting prepared and a drop not getting prepared.
Yeah.
But Slayer's splitting up his army. He wants to be attacking this third, or putting pressure on this third base while having a really beefy hold here. Really nice pickups on these tanks, but the Phoenixes do get sniped off. And now that the Stalkers have been taken out, the Colossus are doing a really good job taking out these Marines, but they have no sustainability there. They cannot stay in that fight when there are that many tanks out.
Oh, and the tanks were exposed for a moment there, so that signals the Protoss army to go on in, but now there's no more buffer. It's just an Immortal and 2 Colossus.
Yep, the shield battery energy has been depleted. 1 Colossus already going down. And it's going to take a while to really rebuild that count. Meanwhile, Slayer just parade pushing across the map, starting to make more and more Marauders as well, just to tank a bit more of these Colossus shots. Void Ray being made right now, which, I mean, if the Phoenixes didn't work out, then I guess that could be counter to the tanks.
Yeah,
they should do decently against Marauders as well.
They can do decently, but I think it's a little bit too late. The third base goes down, a bunch of the production as well. There's only a single Colossus so far. A second one does join the fray, but now Slayer, he's going to be looking to push into that natural. Show
me the Marauder Micro Slayer. Show me that you can split off the Marauder to take damage, and yep, he can.
Oh my god, he does it.
Man,
he's doing it.
He's doing it! That's actually one of my favorite micro tricks. It's honestly so simple, but if you can do it consistently, you just kill Protoss.
Oh my god!
Oh, the Robo facility has been depowered!
Yeah!
Pylon being thrown down now, but I think the tanks are in range of the Robo facility at this point. That bought him so much time.
And now
the cancel that Colossus.
Yeah, the Robo, it goes down, and now 2 Colossus, that's it. That's all picur has, and that 1 Void Ray. And oh my god, he's throwing down a couple more supply depots. He's throwing down a couple of shield batteries, trying to like be able to hold on here, and maybe he can use a shield battery overcharge. But slowly but surely, more and more tanks are joining in.
Yeah, that they are leapfrogging one by one. Slayer again. A very cautious Terran player. He doesn't want to just unsiege everything and lose it all in one fall sweep. And there we go. This is way too much army for Slayer to deal with. And GG is called. Slayer now a match point. And I think I said too much for Slayer to deal with. I meant picur.
GG. Slayer leading the series 3-1. And can he do it? Can he deny? Can he deny the all Canada like
Is he gonna
win?
be the Canada breaker? Am I gonna have to take another selfie?
Yes. Yes is the answer to that.
I have an idea for it now. Now I have a denim jacket. Right. Ooh, match point light, and those are some pretty convincing wins, I've got to say. And picur, so far, he had to rely on a proxy Void Ray, didn't he, in order to take the one game that he took. In every other one, Slayer just looked completely on point. I would not be surprised if this was going to be a sweep. Well, okay, it's not going to be a sweep because picur took that other game, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, definitely. Like Slayer, he's just been on fire. He just be slaying right now. And
yeah, that's Queen.
Exactly. God damn it. We'll see.
Sickle.
We'll see if he can close it out.
That we will. We'll see if Slayer can I'm trying to put this with something like I already mentioned Kerrang earlier, didn't I? Do they have a Kerrang award, or are they too cool for that?
Karan?
Kerranga Wars?
All right. We're good. We're ready, Yaku. Take us in. All right.
We're going live in 3, 2, 1. We are now on Eternal Empire. Ile. We're in the bottom left-hand corner map. Sweating all the way in the bottom left-hand corner map. We have the teal Terran player coming down from the land of America. He is looking to reclaim his country's honor, and he only needs one more map win in order to do so. Gonna be representing Alpha Black, the unstoppable Terran player. It is Slayer.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Eternal Empire LE, we have the Canadian Protoss player representing Archangel Gaming, looking to try to fight back us again. One more loss and he is out of this tournament. It is picur. And mate, this probe, it's on a mission.
This probe, it is. It's going to be scouting for proxies.
Ooh, is it scouting for proxies, or is it going to throw down a proxy?
I mean, if you throw down a proxy, then you can argue that you scout it? Question mark.
This is true. This
Island
is
being
not
thrown
wrong.
Down, but that's just going to be for a spotter.
It's just for scouting. Just for scouting, you know, just to make sure nothing leaves the main base over there on the right hand side. Okay, so picur, he was able to take a win with proxy Void Ray. Do you think he's gonna do it again?
You know what? I think he's probably gonna change it up a little bit. It's not gonna be that proxy Void Ray shield battery that he did last game, but yeah, it would be some kind of variation. I actually wouldn't mind seeing a proxy Robo here. Like maybe some Immortals or Warpism, but yeah, we'll see. He's waiting for that Cybercore to finish up, so no gateway in this proxy location.
Yeah, and I mean, Slayer did go for an SCV scout, so he is aware that potentially there is a pylon out on the map. Ooh, actually, you know,
turn around.
Yeah. I'm surprised that the Reaper is still. Oh!
It hurt us like
he turns around.
They listened to the fence, but it didn't go all the way. No, but it's gonna go all the way.
Yeah, he's gonna scout it. He sees it. He's gonna see it.
He sees it. There we go. Now he's gonna take out the probe. There's only gonna be one Stargate and one shield battery there. Slayer they should know what to do right now. Just maybe get a. Actually, no, he can afford to be a little bit. What's it called? Risky like this, trying to take out the pylon. But
wait,
he's probably gonna get a cyclone out?
Is he actually going to take the pylon out? Like, he shouldn't, because
the shield battery though.
Yeah.
Okay, it's sealing it up.
But
but the shield battery's running out.
Exactly, it's going to run out of energy, and I don't know if enough time is going to pass for the void ray to even come out.
He actually stopped targeting the pylon light. I don't know what it is, but he stopped targeting it.
Oh no, it's because it went to full energy. That's why, like, the shield. Yeah, okay, he's targeting it. But it's not enough. He doesn't have enough.
He's moving it again. He doesn't have enough. The energy ran out. The pylon, or the probe is back rather, and Slayer kind of ignoring it. But now depowers the Stargate once again. Another pylon. A bunch more pylons trying to be thrown out here, but Slayer, he just has too much damage. This Void Ray is not going to be seeing the light of day. I think this is going to be it, like...
Yeah, we have one pylon on the way, but again, even if it does go up, like, enough time has to pass for the Void Ray to come out, and it looks like it's not going to be fast enough. Oh,
shield battery helping out, but the other one too far away, not empowered at all, and the Void Ray literally so slow. GG, congratulations. And with that, America takes its place back as the NA Contender champions. Slayer making it rain blood over here down in Africa, or up in Canada, I should say.
Wow. GG, well played, Slayer, for the first time all year. Look, we don't count season 1, okay? In 3 seasons, America finally wins an NA Contender.
That it does. Hoo boy.
Wow.
It's been a long time coming here, Light, but man, oh man, we need to ping Yoda Slim. We need to ping Milk. We need to get him up on this.
Exactly. We need to spread the word as Slayer has taken out picur. And honestly, I'm surprised, like, heading into the finals, like, Slayer, he had a hard time against Basherslice. Honestly, I assumed that picur would put up a bigger, like, would be like a harder opponent, a more tougher opponent. But bearing in mind that the semis and the finals, they did take place like a week separating them. So yeah, in that week, we saw that Slayer, he was able to tighten up, even in one of those games, making a decent amount of medevacs.
Yeah. Arguably too much, but or too many. But it worked out for him in the end, and man, that was clean. That was, I think, Slayer, after he took out Basherslice, he borrowed the scalpel, or he just took the scalpel as like a memento.
Oh boy, yeah, it was great. It was like he defeated his opponent and he took something from him, you know, to make himself stronger.
Just like Kirby!
Just like Kirby. Oh my god, it's all comes around full circle, and wow, what a game. What a series, what a season of NA Contender.
What a season it was, and man, oh man, that was... It had a lot of ups and downs, a lot of twists and turns, didn't it, here, like Xenodactyl once again making it to the playoffs, getting really close to getting to that semifinal position this time, and yeah, just so much, really a lot to watch, and if you are interested in that, youtube.com/, we don't have a custom URL, do we?
We do not, but you know what we do have? ! YouTube in the chat for our YouTube channel.
There we go. There we go. And with that, all I have to say, like, how are you prepared for China?
Oh boy. So as a reminder, do we have a schedule screen? We do. As you see in the bottom right, in an hour and 48 minutes, we're going to be live with DreamHack Masters for China. I'm going to be casting that with Jet, the lovely Jet. She will be joining me. Not on this channel. We will be streaming on ESL_B. So yeah, I was a little bit concerned that this cast would last a little bit too long. You know, I will have a little bit of time to have dinner and eat and get ready. So
that's really important.
Yeah. Oh boy.
You don't want to cast on an empty stomach, trust me. But yeah, I'll try to speed this up so that you do have a little bit more time to take a break. So Where can we find you, Light?
Light_VIP on Twitch and Twitter. You can follow me there. I do stream occasionally throughout the week. If you want to tune into some behind the scenes streams, I usually like edit VODs or work on thumbnails, and I also ladder as well, so you can tune in to that. And Yaku, before that, I do also want to remind everyone, !Matcherino in the chat if you want to support this tournament. NA Contender, it's great, it's beautiful, it's a tournament that Sugar runs to support the NA scene as best he can. Not just the top tier players, which is done through NA Apprentice, but NA Contender is for those masters or those low GM players, so he's able to support.
You could call them,
yeah,
you could kind of consider them like semi-pros, if you will.
Yeah, or up-and-comers, if you will.
Yeah.
Kind of like, I guess, almost like breaking out for Fear Dragon, like he's trying to support, the more amateur scene. To like help them grow into the more higher echelons of play. He does a lot for the scene, and he's not stopping. He's really passionate about NA specifically. So yeah, give him a lot of love, Sugar. He's great. And
really is. He's sweet.
he is quite sweet. And Yaku, where can people find more of you?
Twitch.tv/Yakuzaku1. I just sent my emotes for approval, but unfortunately I don't think I'll have enough time to stream this week, as I did get my first school project. Twitter.com @Empora_Yakuzaku. You can follow me there, and sometimes I retweet stuff. Other than that, !Discord in the chat. You can find me in the CranKy Ducklings Discord server, along with the rest of the Ducklings, and buy my shirts.
And with that, we are done for the day. Do stay tuned, as we will be raiding another StarCraft 2 streamer. And with that, we are done. We will see you in just under 2 hours. And yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in.
Good luck. Good luck, Light.
Thank you. Ciao.
Bella.